tails, shaw bills. We keep you rolling. Offer valid April 1st through the 30th. Void where prohibited. Subject to credit approval.
Hello, my name is Adam Landry, Chief Operating Officer with Pallet Interstate, an employee-owned industrial contractor headquartered in Baton Rouge. Did you know that Pallet has been in business since 1973, providing industrial construction, storage tank erection, and fabrication services? We support the industries that drive our state's economy, creating local jobs, strengthening communities, and keeping Louisiana's industries moving forward. When reliability and expertise matters, Pallet delivers. Remember, to let others make noise, we'll make everything else. For more info, visit industrymakes.org. That's industrymakes.org.
Hey, it's Musso, inviting you to join me for another season of Musso at the Box presented by Gotlit Light Installers. We've got you covered daily on LSU baseball. Go to YouTube or your favorite podcast app, search Musso at the Box, and get subscribed today.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Wednesday, April 23rd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 82 in hour one of today's show. We'll talk all things related to the NFL draft as we are just one day away from the first round of the 2025 NFL draft. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's going on, Baton Rouge? What's up, Louisiana? I am T-Bob Hebert. Jake Hester is in Green Bay. Boots on the ground covering the NFL draft. And thus, we will check in with Jake a bit later in the show to get some of that boots on the ground reporting. And guys, I need to apologize up front to you today. Because I'm going to unleash Taylor upon all of y'all. You know, I try to avoid mock draft season at all costs, but here, on the penultimate day before the future of your New Orleans Saints will be charted, we're going to let Taylor run a little bit. We're going to let our guy off the leash. He's going to give you a sharp mock 10, a Sharp Picks mock 10. Coming up this hour as Taylor gives you everything you need to know about how it's going to go down in this top 10. He's like a racehorse in the stall, chomping at the bit. He's pawing at the gate, just ready for it to open. So, apologize, and we'll talk baseball first before we let him run too wild and free. I'm just giving you full disclosure. That's what's about to go down. Okay? So, do with that what you will. I hope everybody's having a great day. Let's drive safe to work and whatnot. Very foggy out there on the road. Be safe, guys. And if you want to come hang out, youtube.com/1045ESPN is where you can do so. Hit the like button and come hang out in the chat. And you can debate Tay-Tay's Sharp Mock 10. Sharp Picks Mock 10 if you want. Alondra, what's up, girl? How we feel? Late night for you working that LSU baseball game, eh?
So late, I didn't even turn my own mic on to just talk just now. But
Yep. You got this.
I was gonna say Tay-Tay's gonna go like full Rain Man.
Yep.
In the whatever segment that is.
It's gonna be
late night.
It's gonna be like Will Ferrell in Old School when they're asking him the academic question and he blacks out after just a beautiful soliloquy answering the question perfectly.
Yeah.
Or Galifianakis coming down the escalator in Vegas with the numbers flying around his head. Taylor's been preparing for this
Jump
moment.
Street. Channing Tatum when he's like drawing all the 4s on the whiteboard.
Yes, exactly.
It's like science.
That's actually probably more like what it's going to be like. Because in those other examples, it was those people were highly effective.
Yeah.
Well, it remains to be seen the efficacy of our resident mock draft expert.
Yeah.
Tay,
what's up? You excited?
Yeah, very excited. I got to tell you, I don't think I've ever looked into the Jacksonville Jaguars more in my life.
They are a wild
I did
card.
Last night.
They are a wild card right now. The top 4 seem pretty set, barring any trades. Jacksonville, where everything goes a little wonky.
Like, I'm like one day of research away from just like going to work for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've never looked into that team. I forget that's an NFL team half the time. Dude. But now I'm like, we're gonna get into Liam Cohen, but yeah, it's done. The mock's already done.
Let's go. And I cannot see it. He actually is holding his mock behind a paywall. He just has the picks.
We gotta pay for
He
him?
just has the picks listed, not
Only
the players.
picks.
Like just has the teams listed, not the players. So I'm excited to react live. I agree. I like how you did it. I too have had to study a little bit of these mocks with maybe the most minimal effort ever. Just kind of a lazy pass at things so I could sound somewhat informed.
Did Jake tell you about his binder?
No, what about his binder?
His SiriusXM producer made them a binder. This is only for the first round, I think he said, right?
No,
or like the first 3 or something?
through 3 and later.
Okay,
is actually
so 3 and later, 312 pages. His producer put together a binder of 312 pages worth of draft info. That's Tay level.
Is it all original research?
Yeah, well,
because like I know when we
it's
do
NFL radio.
like when we do our draft show on Thursday at Don Juan, which y'all should all come out to. It's going to be a bit like an off-season whiskey and wine. It's going to be very fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get drunk. We're going to celebrate football. But I'm probably just going to have Dane Brugler's The Beast open.
Yeah.
I used to just use Mike Detilliers. And basically, whenever a player was picked, you flip to that page, you take their information, and you just deliver it in your own voice. So you sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now, the first-round picks, you generally, if you love the draft, you should have some more original takes. But rounds 3 through 7, when I was doing radio in New Orleans, that was a classic. Just, okay, find him in the Detillier book, and let's just say whatever Mike said.
Well, to your point, like, even in the first round, if a team trades up, grabs somebody you didn't expect, you likely still know who the player is.
Yes, in the first round, you should have, now I may not, because I'm not very good at the draft, but if you are, yes, you should have some awareness of everybody who's in play, basically.
Well, Jake told us
unless
after
the Saints
show,
select Peyton Turner.
Jake told us after the show, like, the producer told him, guys, this is not my final. Like, I just wanted to get this out to you. He's like, there may be more.
Wow. So it is original work.
He was like,
he was telling us, he's like, guys, I got to do like so much research for rounds like 3 through 7. Like, we're doing this. And then like middle of the show, he's like, never mind. The producer did all of it.
He's like, I know it's only 312 pages, but don't worry, more's coming.
Yeah.
Weaponized autism can be a very impressive thing.
Tay.
Exactly.
Guys.
His mock draft's about to be crazy.
Draft on the Spectrum. The new reality show starring Taylor Sharpe. Which, by the way, Love on the Spectrum continues to be just the most wholesome, loving, make you cry show that has ever existed. If anybody wants to turn your brain off and just feel good, you should go check that out. All right, let's get into last night's midweek A-Bye. Get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Tiger Labor and Staffing truly vets their employees and builds relationships with them, okay? They're not just looking at their job history and then send them your way. They get to know every potential employee during their in-person onboarding process and every morning over a cup of coffee. Burp. They also have the shortest hiring terms in the industry at just 60 days, and they do this because they understand the quality of employees they have. And they want your business to succeed. So, for all your staffing needs, go to Tiger Labor and Staffing. All right, so let's talk about last night. LSU. I read this was the first time that this has happened in a midweek home game, that LSU has been run ruled. Now, I did not double check it with Todd Police.
Specifically non-conference.
Okay.
Game, yeah.
Yes, a midweek.
So.
Which is
right.
generally going to be a non-con game. So, yes. Yeah. So, for the first time, LSU run ruled at home in a midweek game, losing to the Cajun Cannons Northwestern State Demons 13-3. Fork 'em! And it was a disastrous night. This is what I would call a classic burn the tape game. 9 hits, 13 runs. 4 walks, 3 hit batters, 2 wild pitchers, errors all over the place. A ill-timed weather delay that everything fell apart after. Disaster night. Awful all the way around. It started good. I mean, you had a leadoff home run at both the first and the second innings. You're like, oh, okay, this is going to go well. Then the Lightning rolls in, and then pretty much everything went wrong. After that, save for one Jake Brown solo shot. And I think the conversation about this midweek game is a bit nuanced in my mind, because I know what Jake would say if he were here, and that is that all games matter. And I agree when it comes to how the team should approach everything. But I am not on the team. And so with Tennessee looming, I look at a Tuesday game against Northwestern in which everything fell apart after an hour-and-a-half rain delay. And as a fan, I'm not overly pressed about the whole thing. Especially when it's the first midweek loss of the season. And yes, you could argue, well, you're as shaky as you've been all season long in the season. You've lost 5 of 7. Well, 2 things. First, so is Tennessee. They probably won their midweek game. But whatever, again, I'm not overly pressed. I don't think that matters that much. And more importantly, you're just coming off of a series win against a good Alabama team. The absolute worst thing you could do would be to overly focus on this Northwestern game and let it bleed into the weekend. Again, classic, burn the tape, flush it. You're trying things. You know, you got Bear at third. You're going to get Braz was bad in there. I'll let y'all speak to that more. But again, this is not a game that anybody should ruminate on. This is not a game that any of these players should let bug them too much. Again, and even, I mean, look, Jaden Newt was rolling. The weather rolls in and everything falls apart. It's a weird night. It's a weird night on Tuesday with maybe your biggest series of the entire series coming up on the weekend. So, again, the team, they got to do what they got to do. They got to fix what they got to fix. They need to process this. But as a fan, I'm sorry, I don't care. What about y'all? Where's y'all's head at with the first ever run-ruled home midweek loss for LSU?
I mean, last night it was definitely like hard to watch and rough as a fan to like watch the team kind of after the lightning delay. It kind of all fell apart.
Yeah.
Right? Like Newt came out and he was doing really well. And again, like you said, Derek Curiel, first pitch that he sees hits a home run, and then Josh Pearson has one too, and it kind of just fell apart. There's definitely some stuff. So the thing that concerns me that we've been talking about for the past couple weeks, and we talked about after they got swept by Auburn, is the lack of being able to hit with runners in scoring position. So you left 8 runners on base last night. And then it started, we mentioned this whatever week it was, last week. It started with Nichols. You left 12 runners on base that night. Left a bunch on base during Auburn. So if there's anything that I'm like truly concerned about, obviously the bullpen did not have a good night last night, but that hasn't been your problem the past couple series. So if I have like any concern that I'm like, okay, I kind of start to see a pattern a little bit, and like that's actually kind of like a red flag to me, it would be that the runners left on base and lack of production when you have runners in scoring position, even on a midweek game.
Now, we did say
all the home runs were solo shots.
Yeah. We could have timed those a little better. We did say at the beginning of the year, or Coach Johnson said that, look, this is probably a team that's going to leave a lot on because they get a lot on. But to your point, while they were really good for the majority of the season, getting those guys home, you're right. As of late, it's been a little extra. It's been particularly a struggle, and that's probably one of the kind of cornerstones behind this slide here recently. Tay, what about you? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Alondra.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it is kind of so Tennessee and LSU are neck and neck competition wise in all, like, national polls, SEC stats, batting average, ERA, all of it. You got two of the best aces in the country in Cade Anderson and Liam Doyle, and they're both up for National Pitcher of the Year award. So, I mean, they did beat Lipscomb last night, but it's Lipscomb, and I know that that's Northwestern State. But again, I'm not too worried about.
Not going to judge them on the midweek games about whether or not they're ready for the series.
Right, and we talked about it yesterday. They just dropped a series to Kentucky and won on the road versus Ole Miss, and then dropped the series to Texas A&M the weekend before that. So, I mean, we're also kind of like neck and neck with where we're at in the season.
Both teams are, after an unreal start, both are sliding.
Yeah.
A little bit here, going through some adversity.
Yeah.
How are you going to respond?
I mean, the Tigers have responded pretty well every single time that they've dropped. Like when we lost to Texas, responded really well.
True.
Got swept by Auburn, won 2 of 3 versus Bama. So,
True.
I don't know. We'll see, but I'm not like overly worried about it. But it was like, I can't make any excuses. It was very, very rough to watch last night.
Well, I mean, again, burn the tape. Again, 13 runs on 9 hits because you had 4 walks, 3 hit batters, 2 wild pitches. How many errors did you end with? 4? 5?
I think it was 4 or 5. Let me see.
The point is, a disastrous night on all accounts. But also
actually,
one.
It was 3.
Okay, so you ended with 3. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say 7.
I was looking at the wrong
But, like,
line.
I mean, look,
3 hours of sleep, guys.
A night that is, Alondra had to work the game last night.
I mean, it wouldn't have surprised me, though. Like, if you
it felt like
that's
7.
my thing. Like, I wouldn't have surprised me.
The point is, though, all of those numbers are the exception, not the rule. Even though I think LSU actually may lead in wild pitches. But still, it's not something that has been too terribly damning on the weekend thus far. Tay, what did you think about the game last night?
Yeah, I mean, like Alondra mentioned, the bullpen was pretty bad. I mean, it was underwhelming. Like Dylan Thompson, shout out, first appearance in 2 years. He's the only pitcher last night that did not give up a run. Now, your bullpen on SEC weekends, the last 2 weeks has kind of carried your pitching staff outside of Ianson and that big game from Cade Anderson because you've struggled so much in game 3s on the mound. Like, your bullpens kind of bailed you out. They were bad last night. Again, they've been really good lately. Like you mentioned, that's kind of the exception to the norm of what we've seen. However, could they fall back at what we saw at the beginning of the year? Because at the beginning of the year, they weren't great. So, that's maybe my only thing. Also, you don't have any clutch hitters on this team right now. I mean, very, very few that I can look at. Jones has not been good lately. He had a home run on the weekend. Jared Jones was 2 for 11 against Alabama. I mean, it's just he'll show flashes. I think Jared Jones is struggling personally. Also, I understand it's a midweek. I don't understand playing Jared Jones at third, only because I don't think he's ever going to be a realistic option for you there in the weekend. And if he's not, then why do it? You have Braswell, you have Tanner Reeves. Heaven forbid if both of those guys get hurt, you're likely sliding Daniel Dickinson over, who played there a little bit in the fall, and you're putting somebody in there at second. Like, I don't think Jared Jones is ever going to be a realistic option for you at third. And then people can say, okay, well, you wanted Jake Brown's bat in the lineup at first base. You wanted your offensive thing. Me and Alondra were looking before the show, like, Michael Braswell's hitting .324 in SEC play. He's kind of been more consistent than Jared Jones so far. I don't really understand that move. That was kind of my biggest.
You think overall he's been more consistent than Jared Jones? What's Bear hitting in SEC play?
I don't know off the top of my head SEC play. I'm just looking at like the last week and a half, the struggles they've maybe had. Braswell hasn't struggled quite as much.
Yeah, but I mean, look, Bear's gonna.
No, I get it.
Bear's gonna be fine. He'll find 100%. His.
I don't get the move at third. I don't see how that benefits you.
And what great players do is rise to the occasion when it matters. So again, yes, has adversity struck? Absolutely. But you did win the series last weekend. It's not as dark as it seems. And Tennessee is that golden ticket game, that get out of jail free card. you win that and nothing else matters. So it's going to be a massive weekend. I'm excited. Burn the tape and move on. All right, when we get back, it's time to let Tay-Tay run. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to Pelican Roofing, guys. PelicanRoof.com. PelicanRoof.com. And you take advantage of South Louisiana's most trusted roofing company. The company that now has over 500 five-star reviews. So whether you're in Lafayette, Baton Rouge, we got offices in both, and dedicated employees at every single step along the way. And that's what I always like to talk to you all about in terms of how Pelican separates. It's an attention to detail and a focus to your job that leads to better results across the board for you. And that's everywhere from answering the phone all the way through cleanup. Like, we don't have one project manager on 7 different sites. No, a dedicated project manager on each and every site. That's the attention to detail. Don't settle for average. Go with the best at Pelican Roofing. Go to PelicanRoof.com, PelicanRoof.com.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back to OTB, baby. The NFL draft set to get underway tomorrow. It's going to be in Wisconsin. For the first time in 85 years, guys. 85 years. December 9th, 1939. before World War II was the last time the draft was held in Wisconsin. It was the night before the 1939 NFL championship game in which the Packers beat the Giants 27-0. I've always said it. That 39 championship game, one of the worst of all time. Absolute disgrace by the New York Football Giants. And look, excitement is high, man, because look, the draft taps into that most indomitable and powerful of human emotions. What do y'all think that is, you two young people that are clearly disassociating during my monologue here? What is the draft tapping into that is ancient and eternal, indomitable, and a core piece of the human spirit?
I don't know.
Jesus. Hope. Yeah. Hope. The draft represents hope for a better day.
Okay, Obama.
That who you are today, that you could be better tomorrow. That you may be miserable now, but you're one pick away from figuring it out. You draft a quarterback and you actually end up getting one of the guys. And all of a sudden you're looking at a decade of runway and glory. Division titles, wins. And we've seen it. The Saints 06 draft, the Saints 2017 draft. These kicked off half decades of runs. Hope. And you never know quite when your team is going to have one of those drafts. And frankly, the odds are against you. But, as Lloyd Christmas famously said, you're telling me there's a chance. And yeah, I am. So approach this draft, approach this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with a full heart and an open mind. And remember, when it comes to Schrodinger's pick, is he good? Is he bad? At this point in the year, you can choose to believe that he's good. And surrender yourself to hope. Do not be like Eomer, who famously told Aragorn, do not trust to hope. It is forsaken in these lands. And I get that because Mickey Loomis has scarred you. And he's given you PTSD with these garbage-ass first-round picks and this god-awful Derek Carr contract. But even a broken clock is right twice a day. And even Loomis, in his tenure, has had a couple of those drafts. And so here's to hoping it'll happen again. Who knows? Maybe we'll look back on this night as the night when everything changed. We'll see. By the way, further evidence that Derek Carr needs to never set foot in Louisiana again, except to return his playbook. Kirk freaking Cousins is at the Falcons offseason workout right now. The guy who is benched, who's begging to be traded so he can play. But why is he there? Because he's being paid a lot of money to be there, a.k.a. a professional. Not a whiny little broken down car. Anyway. So let's talk about this draft. It is now time. Give me some, okay, first off, give me one of the greatest sounds in all of sports. Tell me, like Pavlov's dog, that doesn't make you start to salivate a little bit. I was looking up the history of that chime yesterday. It was made by a guy, Bob Christensen, who, Bob seems to have the gift. He also did CBS's March Madness intro. He did the ESPN NHL theme. And here's what he had to say about it. Quote, it cuts through, but it doesn't have to be loud and in your face. It's almost subliminal, which is all the reason why people say they like it and they've caught on to it. They've heard it, whether they know it or not. I would say mission accomplished, especially like you think about the later rounds of the draft. Maybe the draft's just background noise. You hear that, it rouses you out. You look up to see what happened. Or maybe like me, you hear that and it just drifts you off into slumberland. One of the great all-time sounds to take a nap to. But like Pavlov's dog, you hear it. Give it to me one more time. your ears perk up and you tune in. I'm excited. I can't wait. And I am ready to surrender myself to hope at Don Juan this Thursday. So beware ye who enter here, because your cynicism and your negativity and your pessimism that you wrap up in the false shroud of realism has no place here. Full hearts and open minds, and full cups and open lungs this Thursday at Don Juan. Yes, Laundry?
Were you
I don't know
doing
what
the
I'm
Friday
talking
Night
about. I'm sorry,
Lights
guys.
thing?
I'm just, wait, what's that?
Were you doing Friday Night Lights just now? Because that's not.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I was gonna say
What
that's
is these Friday Night Lights
Clear
saying?
eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Okay.
But also.
Well, you can lose, to be clear. I mean, again, it is Mickey Loomis drafting.
The last time that you were overly hopeful.
Yeah.
And I was the pessimist.
Yeah.
Derek Carr happened.
That's fine. I don't care.
I have
rather
zero faith.
I would rather die believing heaven is real than live thinking that I will never exist after I leave this earth.
Yeah.
You know? There's
No,
nothing
I'm
wrong
with
with
you on that
surrendering
one.
to optimism.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let you infect me
Look.
with your wiles.
Okay.
Look what?
I was going to say, I can be optimistic. I'm an optimistic person, but I'm also realistic. And
Far too often, people, again, far too often, people cloak their pessimism in realism. And what that does is it sets your mind to expect reality to always end up being bad. What if we flip it? Remember The Secret?
Okay, I'll be.
Remember
You know what? I will be very optimistic about
Let's
this
go.
draft.
Saints are going to kill
I have
it.
full faith in Mickey Loomis.
Yes.
Here's your optimistic,
He
realistic.
has a proven track record.
The bad news is the New Orleans Saints need pretty much everything.
Yeah.
The good news is the New Orleans Saints need pretty much everything.
Can't go wrong.
So as long as your player's not a complete bust at number 9, you're going to get better.
Can't go wrong.
There you go.
That's a great point.
There's your optimistic, realistic.
Glass half full because the roster's half full.
Yeah.
So everything helps.
Like, they can draft a position or a player and you'd be like, I maybe wouldn't have went there. But I tell you what, it's a better new we have.
Hell yeah.
And that's kind of going to be like my reaction pretty much regardless of who they pick.
Well, okay, so I went long there. I did not mean for that to happen. So when we get back, we're going to give you some good music, and we'll get Taylor Sharpe picks Mock 10 coming up next here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, GEAUXTommies.com, GEAUXTommies.com. You go to Tommy's Windows, Doors, Siding, you are going to see the difference clearly, guys. You need hardy plank or vinyl siding. You need wood or vinyl windows. You need any type of door. You want to go with Tommy's. So Tommy's been in this game for about 30 years now. Working for somebody else for the majority of that time. For the last 8 years, he decided to strike out on his own. And what do you know? He's got his 10,000 hours as they've taken home the Angie Service Award every single year they've been in existence. So the process of working at Tommy's was great. He's very dependable, professional, efficient, approaches everything with great integrity. What about the fact that we're talking lifetime warranties? We're talking energy efficient options that save you money on your bills over time so they pay for themselves. So if you're looking for exterior home improvement, you want to bring your home to the next level, you need Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding, GEAUXTommies.com.
Bayou Ford is taking 15 to 20% off all new 2024 models in stock. 15 to 20% off all new 2024 Ford models on our lot. Plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life. So why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Family-owned and community-driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. All right, Alondra, give us some NFL films music, or if you have some draft music, it doesn't matter.
Hold on, I have
just something to set the football mood here.
Is this too much?
No, this is perfect.
Okay.
As we're finally letting Taylor Sharpe out the pen, baby. He's been studying mocks for months now. He was studying them during the season.
He really was.
And now it's NFL Draft Miss Eve. And Taylor's ready to go. All right, Taylor, Saints are in the top 10. Tell us how this top 10 is going to go.
We'll get the obvious one out of the way. Obviously, at number 1 overall, the Tennessee Titans are going to take Cam Ward.
Yes.
I think that's like maybe one of the top 10s where you're certain about. Because even Cleveland and New York at 2 and 3, you think it's going to be some combination of Hunter and Carter. You don't know who goes where. But Cam Ward to the Titans, that seems like a done deal. They kind of canceled their meetings with all of their quarterbacks that they were targeting. Like, Cam Ward will be a Tennessee Titan tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, remember, Cam Ward was on Fortnite, asked who the best running backs in the NFL were. He said Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears. He said Calvin Ridley was the best receiver in the NFL. Then he said Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and then fourth, Traylon Burks. He said Callahan was the best coach in the NFL. So, yes, clearly, Cam Ward going to be a Tennessee Titan. They've hung out with the family plenty. They love him. He's smart. He's succeeded at all different levels. Cam Ward's going to be your number 1 overall pick. And then already at number 2, though, it feels like there's some consensus thought, but there are a couple wild card elements to play. What are the Browns going to do?
Everyone's going to say Travis Hunter. I'm not. I think Abdul Carter's a better fit for him. They have Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome at corner already. Now, they're saying Greg Newsome could be on the trading block, but you don't have to do that. You already have this guy in your room. Abdul Carter and Myles Garrett together
be terrifying
on that defense, I think, is their best option. So I'm going to go Abdul Carter second.
It is interesting, though, because from what I have read, if the Browns draft Travis Hunter, it is for him to major in offense and minor in defense. They do. And which appears to be the opposite of what other teams are thinking about Travis Hunter. And Hunter wants to play wide receiver.
Yeah, he wants to play both. He wants
to play both, but I think he wants to kind of hear at the beginning, because, again, he's not going to be able to major in both at the beginning at least. Maybe one day he'll get there for one game or something. But he wants to play wide receiver first, I believe.
It's probably an easier transition than getting thrown out there as a rookie corner.
More money.
I would imagine.
More glory.
Yeah. that is something to take into consideration with the Browns because outside of Judy, they don't have a ton. They do have a lot on defense. I just like Abdul Carter's potential with the Browns. I think his potential with him and Myles Garrett is excellent. What do they say? The two things you need to win a championship: you got to have a quarterback. You got to be able to rush the passer. They don't got a quarterback, so rush the passer better than anybody in the league. I think Abdul Carter fits their grade.
Yeah, I mean, they are. Myles Garrett is a 2-time reigning Defensive Player of the Year, which hasn't amounted to much for them. But, already, though, Taylor going a bit off script as groupthink says Browns go Travis Hunter. So we got Abdul Carter 2. So Giants then go Hunter at 3.
Yeah, I think so. I think he impacts them offensively and defensively the most. They need help at corner, and I think they need help at receiver because outside of Malik Neighbors, they don't have a ton. A lot of teams keyed in on Malik Neighbors at times last year. Hunter playing wide receiver, playing defense on the other side. I think that's the best fit for him if he wants to make an impact on both sides right away.
Interesting to note, a trade up is in play, somebody trading into one of these spots is in play, I believe, because of Abdul Carter.
Yes.
Because he's thought to be the best player in the entire draft. He's not going to go first overall. And if you are a team that is willing to heavily invest and spend 2 first-round picks on getting Abdul Carter, well, the Giants and Browns are so bad that I think that they would welcome the 2 first-round picks for Abdul Carter.
Yeah, there was reports yesterday that the Browns and Giants are they're not turning down phone calls. For what it's worth, I did not include trades in my top 10. I just kept them. It's just you can't predict
trades and mocks are kind of.
I just left it like it was.
It just makes everything go immediately wonky, and it's such a who knows type of deal. So I agree with you there.
At 4 overall, Patriots, Will Campbell.
This is starting to feel pretty consensus as well.
The overwhelming favorite. I mean, you go look at the odds. He's negative odds right now. They've kind of fallen in love with him. A lot of people thought it was going to be Teteroa McMillan maybe 3 weeks ago, but it looks like they're going to go left tackle. Will Campbell, best left tackle in the draft. This was an easy one for me.
Yeah, this it seems like, look, Mike Vrabel, tough guy, disciplined guy, trenches guy. Campbell checks all those boxes. You invest in Drake May. Or you tell me now you have a franchise left tackle and a franchise cornerback. Those are 2 of the most important boxes to check for long-term success. And in Will Campbell, you have a no-nonsense guy that has started since day 1, snap 1 in college. So starting day 1, snap 1 in the NFL should not be as challenging as it would be for others. Still very hard. Now, so the top 4, that's all pretty group thingy. Again, Taylor going a bit off script with Abdul Carter 2, Hunter 3, but it's thought to be one of those 2. 5 is where everything starts to diverge.
Yeah, this is my biggest wild card in the first round. I considered Mason Graham here. Everyone had mocked him there for months now. Schefter came out yesterday and said, I don't know where the Jags are going to go, but I feel confident that it's not Mason Graham.
Oh, wow.
You got to remember they hired Liam Cohen. He's an offensive guy. He's going to want to put his stamp on the offense. I think they go offense here. They could go O-lineman, but with Campbell off the board, I don't know if they're in love with any of the other tackles remaining right now, and they need help everywhere. I mean, they can get offensive line depth.
Well, it's a classic thing of, look, there are a lot of good tackles, but it is the classic thing of, okay, are you going to take the second tackle or the first running back or first wide receiver?
For what it's worth, Jacksonville has 10 picks in this draft. They got a lot of room to work with. You keep those 10 picks.
Trade up and get up.
You can go wherever you want. Teteroa McMillan, a lot of people believe he's going to go to the Jags. It's a great fit. The problem is you already have a Teteroa McMillan and Brian Thomas Jr. They're both 6'4". They're that jump ball receiver. I think you need a guy that's going to be that possession receiver, that target across the middle. And for this reason, I'm going Tyler Warren to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, okay.
I think he's a perfect fit. Liam Cohen was great with Cade Otton in Tampa last year. A lot of people think Tyler Warren is a top 3 player in this draft.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to put his stamp on this offense. People like the Genty with the Jags. I do too. I think it's a good fit. Etienne's kind of gotten worse every year he's been in the league, but with him and Bigsby, I think they're okay as a duo.
Oh, they have Tank? I didn't realize.
Yeah, they have Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne. I think there's bigger needs. I think Tyler Warren. This was kind
makes a lot of sense.
This was kind of my wild card pick.
Pretty sharp breakdown there, Tay. All right, we'll go to 5, then we'll take a break and finish up next segment. We'll go to let's take a break now, and when we get back, We'll get the 6 through 10 Raiders, Jets, Panthers, Saints, Bears on the clock. Taylor, Sharpe picks Mock 10. Finishing up next.
Off the bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552, 925-8552. Centralplumbing.org is your one-stop plumbing shop and has been for 50 years, guys. So, look, over 50 years, right? How do you stand the test of time, half a century? How do you grow during that half century? Well, it's because your customers are consistently satisfied with everything, from the pricing to the process. And look, at Central Plumbing, we got flat rate pricing, so no surprise or hidden fees just tacked on out of nowhere at the end. Got 24/7 emergency service, got licensed, bond, insured employees to send you information about ahead of time before they come into your home so you can trust who that is. Got excellent warranty coverage once the work is done. So you have peace of mind every single step along the way. And it's not just repairs. If you want to do a bathroom remodel, it's a great gift idea. Take your home next level. You want to get a tankless water or something like that, it's all there at your one-stop plumbing shop. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552, CentralPlumbing.org.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Welcome to the 7th ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Oh, man. I did not realize Andor Season 2 just came out. Let's go, dude. Something to look forward to in this bleak and desolate life. I'm just kidding. Hope, optimism. Remember, everything's good, guys. Everything's great. Once more into the fray, into the last good draft we'll ever know to pick number 9 on this day, but we're on pick number 6 with Tay. Give me my music. So, Taylor going a bit off script, but with solid logic, as the Jags going Tyler Warren at 5, what does Las Vegas, the Raiders, do at 6?
This one's easy. It's Ashton Genty. I mean, they've talked about him for a long time. I mean, the GM said if I don't take him, like my son said, he's not going to call me dad anymore. I mean, there was so
had he
many
played by the
things.
kid?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Had he played by the kid to get something you want. This one's easy. They had one of the worst running back rooms in the league last year. It's going to be Ashton Genty.
Yeah, also Pete Carroll.
Yes.
You know, just extended Geno. Pete Carroll loves defense and running the ball. Look at what he did with Beast Mode. Nothing that Pete Carroll regrets more in his life than not handing the ball to Beast Mode on that play. Yeah, Genty. Also, we haven't talked about it on this show, or at least I didn't, because I was out. But I loved Genty's letter to NFL GMs. Basically saying, look, football is a sport about tackling, so why not draft a guy that they can't tackle? Signed, Ashton Genty, going to the Raiders at 6. That appears to be pretty consensus as well. So what then will the New York Jets do on the clock at 7?
Yeah, I think they take Armand Membu, the tackle out of Missouri. He's been a popular pick for him. It makes a lot of sense. He's a really good run blocker. They signed Justin Fields in the offseason. You don't have a ton of weapons outside of Garrett Wilson, but what you do have is Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and now Justin Fields. I think you're going to run the crap out of the ball. I think you take the best run blocking right
defensive
tackle
head
available.
coach.
So I think Armand Membu's a great fit for the Jets.
Yeah, Membu, very young, only 21 years old. The profile on him is thought to be not as polished or complete as Campbell yet, but may have the higher ceiling than Campbell, potentially with just the pure physical potential. So Membu at 7 to the Jets. Number 8, the Carolina Panthers.
I got him Jalen Walker, linebacker from Georgia. They need a lot of help on their defense. I mean, this is not a sexy pick at all for the Panthers, but they need help pretty much everywhere. He can play in the middle. He can rush the passer off the edge. He gives them a lot of versatility.
Well, Parsons is the comp, right?
Yes, Parsons is the comp.
That's what they're trying to get. Now, Mike Parsons has been awesome. That's probably too high of a ceiling. Again, the problem with Jalen Walker is not the most statistically overwhelming performance in college.
Yeah.
What is it, like 12 sacks total?
Yeah.
Something like that. But
him and Michael Williams,
I know,
the other guy from Georgia, like they're
but holding it down on a dominant Georgia defense for years and massive physical tools. So it is a type of pick that would make Saints fans pull their hair out. But Jalen Walker seems to be pretty consensus top 10 in all the mocks that I've seen as well. Okay, so before we get to the Saints, let's run it back. We got Cam Ward, 1. We got Abdul Carter, 2 to the Browns. Travis Hunter, 3 to the Giants. Will Campbell, 4 to the Patriots. Tyler Warren, 5 to the Jags. Ashton Genty, 6 to the Raiders. Armand Membu, 7 to the Jets. And Jalen Walker, 8 to the Panthers. Tay, you have been communing with Mickey Loomis and Miss Gale. You have been providing them with solace and relief in this time of a mourning over the death of a pope. What have you learned as you have been inserted there on Airline Drive?
Well, this was a fun one because, like I said in the opening segment, Saints kind of need everything.
Yeah.
So it's almost best player available here. I am going best player available because Tyler Warren's gone, Ashton Genty's gone. Those are really the two that you've heard about on offense.
Say it. I think I know who you're going to say.
I'm going Mason Graham.
Yep, there you go. Mason Graham. Look, if there's one thing that Kellen Moore learned, it is that great teams are built first and foremost on the lines of scrimmage. And I know that this is cliche, and I know that this would cause some to roll their eyes, but Mason Graham, in terms of an interior defensive line prospect, is one of the more dominant and more exciting, much more so even than Brian Brzee when he was drafted. Like, Mason Graham feels like a surefire hit for years to come, and one that would raise the level of Brzee, Cam, really everybody around him. I would be happy with Mason Graham at 9.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. You love Genty and Warren. They're both gone. You had heard when it wasn't Sanders, it's going to be O-line or D-line, but we had talked about the top 2 offensive tackles are already off the board. There's value at guard later on in this draft that you need as well. I think Mason Graham, best player available. And we'll run through 10 here real quick. I think the Chicago Bears get their left tackle for Caleb Williams. I think they go Kelvin Banks out of Texas at 10.
Oh, wow. So 3 tackles in Taylor Sharpe picks mock 10. And this is where it gets interesting for the New Orleans Saints. You go Graham at 9, you go whoever at 9. Doesn't matter. But it's not going to be a quarterback. We feel pretty sure about that. There is no idea how many. Here's what I'll say. There are not going to be, it doesn't seem at least, any quarterbacks drafted early in that first round outside of Cam Ward. There is going to be an extreme run on quarterbacks late first, early second. The thought is trending towards early second. And I don't love this for the New Orleans Saints because they are right on the outside looking in there at 40. And you can say, oh, well, too bad they can package and trade up. True. I don't want them to with all their needs. True. But the other problem is a lot of people are looking to trade up into those spots. So it's a competitive market in which the price may be even a little bit higher than it would be in a vacuum. So something to look out for is a late run on quarterbacks, maybe beginning at the end of the first round tomorrow. Definitely, if not then, taking place at the beginning of the second round. And what do New Orleans Saints do? Great job, Tay-Tay. Flustering coming up next here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the 2025 Jeep Compass Sport for only $23,995. $23,995 or 2025 Jeep Compass with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
200A, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70806.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Your Porsche, Audi, or Land Rover isn't ordinary. Your mechanic shouldn't be either. At Vex European, our skilled technicians provide precise repairs, routine maintenance, and transparent guidance tailored specifically to your European or exotic vehicle. Vex European, where precision meets performance. VexEuropean.com.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Wednesday, April 23rd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 82 in hour 2 of today's show. Matt Flynn stops by the studio for a full hour of flustering. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in hour number 2 here on Wednesday, which means one thing. It's time for some flustering. I thought we had a sounder.
Let's go. Drop it.
We just we don't do this
Drop
any
it like
other
it's
time.
hot.
Why would you think that I've?
No, we have a flustering sounder.
We have one, but I don't. It's not, I don't like it, and I never got it redone.
Oh.
Because we never use it.
Oh.
So I was like, well.
Okay.
Well, fine.
But
Let's do everything you want to
Okay. Awkward.
You have never called for it ever.
Look, you know.
And I make all these things, and
like,
you never call for them.
It's like being conditioned, you know. You gotta
like Munchies. When's the last time we did the Munchies Open?
You gotta
And I
stay
got
ready,
one.
rather get ready. We do the Munchies Open every time. That's not true.
When's the last time we did it for Dev? I have one for Dev.
Well, I don't know. When's the last time Dev came on?
He won on Monday.
That's been getting a little more spotty as time has gone on. Dev getting busy, us getting busy. You know who's very busy?
He's kind of blowing up.
Sure, I got it on here somewhere.
Yeah, Dev's absolutely blown up.
Good for him.
I agree. Grinder, a man who decided to go into the content game and has just continued to get better and better and better. Because guys, kids, it turns out the best way to do something well is not to be born good at it, but to just practice like hell. And that's exactly what Dev has done, and that's why he's taken over. That other voice you hear is not Jake Hester. He is in Green Bay. But the voice you hear is someone who used to play in Green Bay, Mr. Matt Flynn. Matt, what's up, brother? What's going on?
Oh, not much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Heard you had a big week.
Yeah, I was in California. It was very fun. Went to Dead and Company at the Sphere.
Ooh.
Entered the ethereal plane of my ancestors. Got connected to humanity as large, disassociated my ego, and came back down to earth.
Did you raw dog it? Just water the whole time?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not a single mind-altering substance entered my body. I just went for funsies.
Just the people watch.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, look, and if you saw me licking the air or crying at any point in the show, what can I say? The Sphere is overwhelming. I mean, it's incredible.
How was it?
It's awesome. It's my third time going to Dedico the
right.
Sphere, actually. So I'm a bit spoiled in that way. Because it's
Wait, that's your third
mind-blowing.
time going to
the
see
Sphere
them?
to see Dead and Company, yes. Went twice last year, once this year.
Okay.
You love it. We all sold
Seems
it.
like a once in a lifetime.
So we sold it to our wives originally as a once in a lifetime
It's
trip.
not
And then it turned into a twice in a lifetime trip. I got to say, though, so I was already in LA and I flew in just Thursday night and then I flew back Friday morning. So I flew in Thursday during the day. I flew back Friday morning. I had to go to Rome show. I would go meet him in studio, all that. First time was great. And then my daughter's birthday was Saturday. Bro, my boys stayed until Easter Sunday. They stayed and went Thursday show, Friday show, and Saturday show. The first conversation they had when they walked in the door, I know had to be intense. More intense than anything they experienced over those 4 days.
So if you and your buddies were like 10 years older and you didn't have like the athletic gene that you did and the size, would you have been like following year round, like
Absolutely
widespread
not.
panic? And
Absolutely
fish?
not. Not for me. I love it. I'm a head over heels in love with it in short bursts, but absolutely not for me. That is one of the things that I'm always that is one of the things that I'm always struck by, because before the college you go to Shakedown Street and that's where you got a bunch of hippies selling their wares and whatnot. I'm always amazed at like, man, you really just made this your life, huh? Like you're like, you got your kids running around here in the stall.
Yeah.
You're selling tie-dye shirts and dead pins.
Yeah. How do you make a living? How do you buy the tickets?
I don't know. Well, a lot of times they're looking to buy tickets. I don't know. But yeah, some people go all in. I did get involved in my first hippie drum circle, which was great.
Sure.
Honestly, I got to say, I'm surprised it's your first time venturing into a hippie drum circle.
Well, I've never seen one in the wild, and they had a bus that you would walk on, and there were two old hippies playing bongos, and so you would sit down, and they would start up a beat, and you could join in. Yeah. Some other randoms rolled in, and we had a great time on that bus. No, there's no video of it.
Damn,
I couldn't get Medberger to come on the bus, though. He's being such a loser.
You said hippie drum circle like it's a common phrase, and I was like, well, what the hell is a hippie? But that's pretty self-explanatory.
Hippie drum circle is a real thing.
It's the hippies. You ever seen it like on movies or like?
I mean,
in Asheville, North Carolina, I saw one, a giant one once.
Yeah. Okay.
Where?
In Asheville.
Oh.
One
you want
one
the
time.
Sounder?
What's that?
You want the sounder?
For what?
For flustering.
No.
No, but I need y'all to hear it, honestly.
Okay, let's do it then. Flustering.
This is why I don't play it.
This is the real start of flustering.
Flush the format. Throw away the rundown.
Okay, here we go.
It's time for a bit of unscripted conversation with former LSU and NFL quarterback Matt Flynn.
Let's give them something.
Okay, I like that part.
Off the bench presents Flustering.
Yeah,
now, here's T-Bob Hebert,
okay, it's a little long.
Jacob
Okay, stop talking.
and Matt Flynn.
Did we just become best friends? Yes.
It is.
I still don't like her voice.
It is. It's a little corny. It's not all bad. There's a couple okay parts.
What is this? Flush the
format.
Love that it started with a flush.
Unscripted conversation is all a little too on the nose.
They could have done some like football puns in there. Like,
wait, I was supposed to wish somebody happy birthday.
Maybe.
Jason H asked for a happy birthday shout out. Happy birthday, Jason H.
Jason, all right.
Happy birthday.
Shout out, Jason.
DrinkMyHigh.com, Jason. I've already won My High deep, guys. Right after I got done working out, I made a giant Stanley full of water. I dumped a My High Zero lemon lime in there. And then I did 2 scoops of creatine on top of it, because apparently creatine's all the rage right now.
Yeah, I'm doing creatine.
What is up with this? Like, everybody's saying that now it has all kind of neurological benefits.
Yeah, it's back. It's a nootropic.
And like a lot of it. So I just bumped up to 2 scoops. And I'm feeling strong.
They say you're not supposed to do 2 scoops.
Why?
They say if you do 2 scoops, then it like cancels out everything.
I think that's not. I think that doesn't make any sense at all to me.
I just made it up.
Okay, because that is what people say though.
Wait, they do say that?
No. They say stuff along those lines. Like I was
yeah.
told by one of my friends, if you drink coffee immediately after creatine, that it cancels it out completely.
Really? No, I
well,
made that
I
up.
Googled
I
it,
don't know.
and AI says some are saying that, but the majority of evidence does not.
Yeah.
Some
are saying.
How does that even work?
I have no idea.
Because it's hot?
Because they
It
enter the
burns
same
it?
pathways or something. I don't know. And remember, guys, drinkmyhigh.com. If you're feeling lonely, myguy.com, your new best friend finding app. Swipe left on your brand new best friend today, myguy.com. And myhigh.com for all your hydration needs.
You're not going to drop this, are you?
What? Myguy.com?
My Guy, yeah.
Probably not for a bit. Not when you're on. It's too good and too funny. Like, look at Jake. He's up in Green Bay, alone right now. You don't think he'd appreciate a little drinking buddy? Just go to myguy.com and he could find someone to have a good time with over the weekend. And not the Shannon Sharpe good time, which, by the way, the Shannon video yesterday.
The one I sent?
The one where he's
the voice recording?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Which
I
that
know
one,
what you're talking about.
I gotta be honest.
It's a little AI-y, huh?
It's a little. Well, it's. I actually, what he's saying is abusive. I can't tell in the interplay if they're doing a sex thing or not.
Right.
Which is why it's kind of tough to talk about. I more mean that video. I'm talking about the video. We can play it where Shannon's basically saying, look,
here, I'll find it.
There's about to be a video released about me. And I'm going to tell you right now about this. Guys, this is why you cannot be sleeping with these young, trifling women or men. Be happy. Be old. Shannon, you're 56 years old. Get you somebody who's going to take care of you. What are we doing here?
Was it an OnlyFans?
Yes. And
I feel like they're trying to make money, so extortion's not off the table.
No.
Well, that's what Shannon's saying. That is clearly extortion by Busby and her. It's just an awful situation all the way around. It's so greasy all the way around. I don't want to side with anybody because I don't know what the hell's going on. How could I? But I think we can learn lessons. And again, you have to be careful with these trifling hoes, dude. You invite what, you get what you invite in. And if you're going to be sleeping around with young women all over the place, big booty Latinas, doing breeding and race play, it's going to go. It might get a little weird and a little bad for you. Do we have the video?
I put it in the doc. I don't know, Taylor.
Hang on, let me
I
pull it up.
hate apology videos and apology press conferences.
This is
I hate it.
I'm with you.
It's the worst. It's like have the club or whoever you work for release a statement. Nobody remembers it. It's just cringe. It doesn't work because everybody. I don't care if it's
cringe.
Like the most random athlete or the most like the best actor, the best whoever it is. They're all sincere and it's all the same. You can't say anything that nobody else has said.
It's
I also feel very strongly about we just all know way too much about each other.
True. Absolutely true.
We're all human. We all make mistakes. Just say sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have to overact your sympathy.
Also, they should have put a mic on my guy. I don't know why. I'm really perturbed by the quality of the audio in this video.
Okay.
Your professional broadcaster has a ton of experience. You're in a great studio. Somebody throw a mic on this guy.
My favorites are always when something happens and somebody goes, "This is very out of character for me. It's not who I am." And I'm like, but it kind of is, right?
It is.
But it
You
is.
were just on Instagram Live.
Exactly.
Guys, I swear I've never done this before.
Exactly.
This is not
the
me.
one
This
instance.
is not me.
All right, so here's what Shannon had to say.
My family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Damn. Right after he was rumored to be offered $100 million too for the podcast.
I love how he goes.
I do like the subtle
you may
10-minute
know her as
brag.
Carly from OnlyFans.
Yeah. I
No, we don't.
You probably know her by her professional name, Carly.
About to release a 30-second sex video. It should be 10 minutes.
10 minutes, guys.
Just want to say.
That 30 seconds, guaranteed freaky 30.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no
Absolute
doubt.
freaky
No doubt.
30.
They grabbed the highlights of the 10-minute clip. For
yes.
30.
Wait, wasn't there a Shannon Sharpe sex video 6 months ago?
It was audio.
It was
Yes.
he was
accidentally on Instagram Live.
accidentally on IG Live.
And we could hear
Oh my God.
grunting, and it seemed like he was doing a good job.
Her name was Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle and Gabrielle.
What was her OnlyFans name though?
We don't know. Maybe it was Michelle.
Damn, dude.
I mean, I was annoyed in the first 4 words.
Me too. Absolutely.
Family,
now,
friends,
then
colleagues.
again, though, from a pure PR perspective, I think it might be the right thing to do.
I'm not saying it's not. I don't like the sincere apology videos.
Well, funnily enough, he kind of didn't apologize.
Yeah,
he kind of more just said, like, look, I'm being set up. But it has the same feeling.
Yeah.
It still has the same feeling. Again, guys, just find you one to love. You know?
He's 56?
56, and he looks great. He's got an 8-pack. He's shredded.
Got a good job.
Find you one to love, dude. It's actually very funny. I don't know if we can play it here because I think she may curse in it, but he had Monique on the podcast not long ago, and she dressed him down and said the same thing. He said, you need to get somebody who's gonna take care of you, then cook you some smothered turkey legs afterwards. Like, what are we doing here? You're out here messing with all these young girls. You'll get in trouble.
I get a hobby.
That's what I'm saying. Find you one to love.
I guess he does have a hobby, but get a different hobby.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't include 20-year-old
OnlyFans models.
OnlyFans models.
I was going to say, what's wrong with 20-year-old Latinas? Because...
Look, I love a BBL as much as the next person.
Not as much as Shannon. He
Not a
dropped
surgery
50K.
BBL. I mean a big booty Latina. Okay, obviously, right? But there are some things and some fantasies that are better left in that fantastical realm. Don't blow your life up over a big booty Latina. Also, don't want to attack big booty Latinas. Again, no, I'm not trying to attack anybody here. I love them. I love big booty women of all varieties, and I always have, and nothing is ever going to change that. But I am committed to one big booty woman, and that will physically be the big booty woman that I stay committed to. It's okay to fantasize and think and whatnot, but just gotta, it's like my grandpa said, man, every man got 2 heads. You let that little head make the decisions, you go and get in trouble.
This segment not sponsored by My High.
DrinkMyHigh.com.
And this entire hour is sponsored by My High.
DrinkMyHigh.com.
Not this segment, I said it.
T-Bob confirmed to move to San Antonio. I would love it.
Riverwalk.
This sounds like a T-Bob apology. No, it's not what. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying at all, guys.
He's actually unapologetic.
You spending $25K per cheek like Shannon?
No, it is funny though. They fined Anthony Edwards $50K for. Did you hear what he told the crowd? Straight up told the fans in the Laker game 1 said my phallus is bigger than yours. Not in that language. And the NBA fined him $50K. I was like, just give it to Shannon.
Yeah.
You know?
He needs it. Yeah.
He needs it to pay for the cheeks. He's going to keep clapping.
No, a text message, Matt, got released between them two, and it was about as weird as you could imagine it was. And there was one text where she said, I know you want this $25K per cheek. And we were like, what are you going to do with one cheek?
Yeah. Can I buy the one? I can't afford 2.
Can I buy
one cheek?
No BOGO?
Slowly
and how does that work? Yeah, no
cheek.
BOGO? What's going on, dude? But call in the next 5 minutes and you get a BOGO. You get
that's
both.
how
buy
her
one
quote
cheek,
read.
get the other free. Or buy one cheek up front, slowly finance the second one.
Klarna
over
the
time.
cheeks.
Need up.
Klarna the cheeks.
Yeah, aren't we financing burritos now?
That's insane.
Can I finance my
Dave Ramsey's gonna have an
OnlyFans
aneurysm.
prostitution?
Right.
Shannon needs to call into Dave Ramsey.
Yeah,
Dave's gonna be
financing
like,
burritos
Shannon,
is
problem
dark.
is,
Yeah.
you're not good with your finances, bud.
Financing burritos
50K,
is dark.
2 cheeks.
25 per.
The
quote read, 25 per cheek, quantity 2.
The invoices.
What's
going on? All right. I didn't mean to talk about Shannon here, so we'll get away from it. And maybe I'll talk to Matt a little bit about the draft. I want to play the video of Shaquille O'Neal clearly having to go take a dump in the middle of inside the NBA. It's very good. So we got a lot to get to. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. You go to All-Star today, and you're going to find yourself a great deal, man. Look, if you got a vacation coming up or anything like that, maybe explore renting from All-Star Toyota, or if your car's in the shop. And remember, if you need a shop, collision center, service repair center, All-Star Toyota, open to all makes and models. Doesn't have to be All-Star, doesn't have to be Toyota. You're going to get great deals there. And you mention OTB when you get in, you get $250 toward that deductible. And if it's a long fix, you go to Miss Lisa Sessions, you rent a car at a cheaper per day rental price, traditional companies, and maybe you start to explore what you want your next vehicle to be, right? You want to rent a Tacoma, a Tundra, maybe a Sienna. I'm telling you guys, you're going to fall in love with the minivan if you pull the trigger, so be careful. So whether you're looking to buy new, Toyota certified used vehicle, lease, it's all at one place, and that's All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
I don't mind letting you down easy, but just give it time. If it don't hurt now, but just wait a while. Another big fish in the pond, no more.
Back to sports talk. Maybe. Off the bench.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB.
Good jam.
Tamal Hebert, Matt Flynn, Alondra Villarreal, and Taylor Sharpe hanging out with you today.
What did we call this one time? T-flobbing?
T-flobbing.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines.
I like T-flobbing.
T-flobbing's all right. Sounds a little, I don't know.
Flynn Bob? I don't know. Sorry, I'm having a Disney adult argument on my text right now. Let me ignore that. God, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. I think I had allergies or something. I don't know what's going on. I'm very, Kind of like that today.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
I think I enjoyed the show yesterday. I thought you were a little critical on the car review.
I think that is, I know you're lying because you literally text me that it's probably the favorite segment we've ever done.
It really was. I loved it so
car
much.
review video is the biggest steaming pile of dog crap that's ever been unleashed upon YouTube. The views support that and the comments. And I'll ask your opinion on that, man. I mean, you got Kirk Cousins out here showing up to day one of the Falcons offseason, even though he's benched. And they're not trading him, at least not now, even though he's asking to. But he's a professional, being paid $50 million. So he's showing up for work. And here you got Derek Carr, potentially faking injuries, because that's his response I've seen a lot. But he's injured. I don't care if he's injured. Get your ass in the building. You're the quarterback. You can do something. You're being paid $40 million. And then you're flexing. You're out of touch ass. You're flexing that you bought a $500,000 Rolls-Royce EV just to parlay it into an awful YouTube video.
It's just a business expense for their content.
Like
Machine.
Could you be more out of touch? I mean, am I off base for saying him not showing up day one is grounds for cutting? Which I guess is his play. He probably wants to do it. He's trying to make it
I hear that. So everyone always he can do it. Why can't I do it? Blah, blah, blah. Not everybody gets graded on the same scale on any walk of life. So, if you are a guy that's solidified and you're one of the stars of the team, you can get away with more things than a guy that's on the line, right? But he's acting like a guy that he's swiping some card that Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees probably could swipe. But he's just not at that level. He cannot do what he's doing.
No, and again, that's the thing. Look, Alvin
do it.
Kamara, I don't know if he was there or not. He very famously trains alone in the offseason, and he always shows up ready. The context is what matters.
Yeah, he gets paid a lot, but a lot of quarterbacks get, he's not a top-paid guy.
No.
He's certainly not a top-performing guy.
The context, though, is what makes me so mad, and it's that it's a new era, new coach, day one of that new era, and you're paying your quarterback $40 million, which, to your point, is not a super high number. Like we said, it's about middle of the pack NFL nowadays. But he's not that good, and he needs to be there. He needs to be there. I don't care. Full stop. So yes, I think he's trying to force his way out. I think he's trying to make himself get cut because he's guaranteed all this money and he knows he can. I think it's. I'm done. I'm just completely done. I'm completely done with Derek Carr.
It does, from a guy that is not a Saints fan.
Yeah.
And just outside looking in, always thought it was a terrible pickup, and then certainly thought it was a terrible restructure.
I do not know why they did that this offseason.
I mean, of course, they need a full-blown change over there outside their head coach.
We know you feel that Matt, not a Mickey guy at all. And none of us are really anymore anyway.
Not to say he hadn't been good in the past, just for what it is. If it's any other organization and any other sport around the world, he's not the guy anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. There's obviously there's a relationship there. But Derek Carr has not been the guy either. And what's the point of doing all this? What's your plan? It doesn't seem like there is a plan. It doesn't seem like there's been a plan for a while.
Your plan was to tie yourself to 2 more years to a quarterback who underperforms, nobody likes in the locker room.
It doesn't seem like that, huh?
What?
It doesn't seem like anybody likes him.
Definitely
Maybe they
doesn't seem
do.
like anybody likes him. I mean, the only person that kind of defends him publicly is Cam Jordan.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you tied yourself to him for 2 more years after he begged you for a trade in the offseason. If he wants to go, let him go. Tell Kellen Moore, look, we understand if you suck this year because you have Spencer Rattler and whoever else at quarterback.
I actually think Spencer is going to be a pretty good player.
No, that's fine. I don't mean, I'm not here to, weigh in one way or another on Spencer. There were flashes, certainly. I just mean give Kellen Moore that peace of mind that, look, we got to cut bait on this guy. He wants out. Let's explore it, blah, blah, blah. But instead, they say, let's extend it for 2 years and be in the exact same spot next season that we are this season. Crazy. Crazy.
Can you imagine Derek doing the tush push and like scoring touchdowns and like getting up and doing his like over the top cheesy celebrations?
The Michael Jackson thing.
Like, and it's like you didn't do anything; they just pushed you in the end zone.
The other thing
you
about
get
Carr,
the tutter, but
and I thought that Nick did a great job pointing this out yesterday, is he's been coddled compared to the other players. Dennis Allen never held him to the same standard. He would make excuses for him and allow him to make excuses while very clearly calling out other players. Like, so here the franchise has been on their knees for Derek, and he's still disrespected him.
You're right. Dennis Allen was the worst at taking the podium in a press conference after the game.
Awful.
He would always throw the players under the bus. And he wouldn't,
except for Carr.
Yeah, and he wouldn't put the blame on the guys that needed it. If you screw up, your coach should tell you screwed up.
Yeah.
And it's obvious. Everybody else knows who it is, but the coach is denying it in front of me. There are some really bad looks. And it even goes back.
If I have to see another Derek Carr crotch grab in a Saints uniform, I might not be a Saints fan anymore. That's where I'm out.
Wonder what Carr he's going to get next.
Oh, my God. I hadn't even considered they would do a second episode.
Was that their
How
first?
you doing Carr
that can't be their
reviews like
first
that?
Yeah,
episode.
they're their first.
I bet they go to like a super, like a really cheap used car.
As
next.
Taylor pointed out,
Non-sponsored.
they did the exact same rating on
was
every
pretty brutal.
single element of the video. Presents, 20 out of 10. That's the other thing. You score the presents 20 out of 10 on this Rolls-Royce EV, you massive effing douchebag.
Yeah.
Like, presents 20 out of 10. Like, it so clearly shows where your values are, what you think is cool, and you're just a material-based loser. Get the hell out of here.
It's from Cali.
Presents 20 out of 10. Maybe if you had a screen-accurate replica of the DeLorean, then we could discuss presents 20 out of 10. Not with some car that you just used your ill-gotten gains to pay for.
Matt, did you watch the video?
I watched. I
So
watched it when y'all were playing it.
When he goes, guys, like I never thought I would do this, but we're going 20 out of 10. And Derek goes, actually, you know what? I'm going 20 out of 10. I'm like,
and they both just laugh after every sentence the other one utters.
Not one joke told.
From like two of the most like uncharismatic guys too. Not saying like I'm any more charismatic, but
You have more charisma in your pinky toe.
It was so
Maybe
boring.
those two.
It's like even if you don't have charisma, at least get some videography. Like get that camera moving around the car, walk
Also,
around with it.
Like we talked about Shannon Sharpe's audio. The audio on that video was horrible.
Terrible. You buy a $500,000 car and you can't buy a lav mic?
Right.
What are we doing?
Like a little a Rode mic that's wireless, something like that. Come on.
Crazy.
One level was like way lower than the other. I'm like, what are we
Crazy.
doing here?
Crazy. It's a homegrown network, you know?
Oh, well, we
Maybe
can
Doing
tell.
it by their bootstraps.
You know what? Like if he just
But
comes
can
out.
buy this
What if he
vehicle.
just did it? Was it their first episode?
it was
Yeah.
their first one together.
Okay.
You go look at the channel, like David Carr's up there, like here's why we started the channel. I didn't watch it, of course, but they do have like
How
two
is
or three.
David Carr in the NFL
I think they
network?
just wanted to. I think they started this YouTube video. This is what in my brain. This is my defense of this video. They started it, made a little LLC for it, so they could buy expensive cars and get a tax
Write
break
off?
from it. Yeah, write it off. It's business expense.
You might be onto something.
Classic
that's
rich person stuff.
You might be onto something.
That's the only excuse I can give it. And then if
And he gives
that's
that
the
vibe.
case, gives that vibe.
Derek Carr gives that vibe. I mean, he just scammed New Orleans.
His CPA was like, "I got a great idea.
Yeah.
If you want to buy all these cars,
He was like,
just
first of all,
make a terrible YouTube video."
scam New Orleans, get them to give you this contract.
Back in the day, the canon called for a general revolt against Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
Should he step foot in the state? I'm calling it for Derek Carr. I do not need to
Yeah.
see that man put boot to ground again
Hell yeah.
It
in
should
the
be-
state of Louisiana.
I mean, are you calling it for Derek or are you calling it for Mickey?
How about both?
It's not Derek's
Mickey
fault.
again. I mean, what?
No one's
Mickey's
blaming Derek for
Mickey's
signing on
like
the
going
dotted
after
line.
Don Corleone. What are you going to do?
Don't ever blame a player for getting money.
You can't.
No, but I blame him for how he's acting.
Yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
I
He's
agree.
acting
Yeah.
with the money. Again,
I
that's
agree.
what broke me here. Not showing up for work. And I know it's the pros. I know the offseason's different in the pros, but quarterbacks are different as well.
If you're established guy with multiple Pro Bowls, like you're thought of as being one of the dudes in the NFL, and you got a really good relationship with your team and your coaching staff, like it's fine to miss stuff.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I agree.
It's fine. No one really cares. No one likes the offseason.
No.
You're not getting anything out of it. But
Cam
you have
Jordan's
to have
still
the
there,
relation. You have to have the foundation.
Like
there.
Cam Jordan's still there working. He doesn't have to. He's doing good
Well-
morning football and still working.
Well, look, he's playing a quarterback's a little different because you don't have to like bulk up and stay strong. You just got to be able to throw the ball.
Wow.
Make reads.
You heard it here first. NFL quarterback, very easy. Just loosen up.
You just
the
gotta
old-
throw the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
just
throw
got a
the ball.
little
dude.
stretch.
Just gotta
Yeah.
throw the ball.
Stretch
dude.
a little
That's it, dude.
It's all good. No worries.
All
Go
right. I
play
still want to
catch.
get to Shaq. I still want to get to Matt in the draft. I'm glad that we did that, though. Just reinforcing all
That
my
was good.
feelings. from
I
yesterday.
hate to say I told you so.
I know. Tell me. Tell me I
I
told
don't
you
hate
so.
to say it.
I deserve to be put in a gimp mask and whipped by Shannon Sharpe. Potentially even a dog collar for how I defended Derek Carr. That's what I deserve.
For 30 seconds.
Yeah, no,
Should
10
have been
minutes.
10. Should have been 10.
minutes. All right, when we get back, more to be.
Off the bench.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always. No paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the 2025 Jeep Compass Sport for only $23,995. $23,995 or 2025 Jeep Compass with a complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Back at it, where sports talk meets pure chaos. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Okay, when I mention dysentery, what pops into your head?
Oregon Trail.
Yes. Good job,
Good
Alondra.
one.
That's what I was looking for.
Snake bites, too.
Now, y'all probably don't remember the green and black Oregon Trail when computers were just green and black.
Oregon's green and gold.
Yeah, I do.
They do have some
It
black.
was
You do.
It was a
Some of
quote-unquote
them.
floppy disk. That was hard.
Yep, floppy disks. The
I've
hunting
heard
game
of it.
so
It was
much
like one
fun.
of
You were
those like
spinning around, shooting
pixelated
buffalo.
games
Shooting
where you had to
buffalo.
like
Yeah, it was
travel or
awesome.
whatever.
It was awesome.
I never made it. I don't think I ever made it to Oregon.
I don't think I ever did either. I never
Did
played
anybody?
long enough. No, I'd always get distracted or I'd die.
Anybody ever made it to Oregon on the
My
old
sisters
school
did.
floppy
I'm pretty sure.
disk?
I vaguely remember one of the final challenges being a whitewater rafting segment and watching my older sister navigate it and being very impressed.
I remember doing this. Like second and third grade, we would have like, one 30-minute computer period once
Yep.
a week, and we do that.
Us
And
too.
it was either Oregon Trail or some game, I don't remember the name of it, where you would build like a dinosaur zoo.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It was amazing.
I used to love on the green and black computers. There were a bunch of typing like race car games that I liked. But then once you got into like color computers, you ever play like Treasure Math Storm or Math Blaster?
We did some math stuff.
Mario Teaches Typing, all very, very fun games. God, Treasure Math Storm was fun.
We used to do coolmathgames.com.
Okay.
And they had like a baseball game where you had to like solve the equation. And if you got it right,
It's a good
you
time.
got a base hit.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
What about oh man, what was the game with was it Candyland games? Oh well.
The board game?
No. God, there was an old mini putt game that was like I think made by like Nabisco or something back in the day. That was one of the first online browser
Did y'all
games
do
that I
the,
really remember playing.
When you were in 8th grade, you might have, you're 2 years past, younger than me, 3 years. Well, did you use the graphing calculators?
Oh yeah. Phoenix.
And then have the
Phoenix
guys
on the TI-83?
Yeah, you could have that one kid that would plug it in and hack it and put like 20 games on it.
Yes, dude. The drug dealing game where you would
Yeah,
deal
I
drugs
do-
and
I
build
do
up an
remember that,
empire.
yeah.
Phoenix, which was like a Galaga type shooter.
Yeah, that was great.
so freaking good. Shout out to the
So you
TI-83.
just sit there in 8th grade, your teacher's talking, and you're just dealing drugs.
I mean, talk about something that I would have no idea what we're talking about. Sine, cosine.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Parabolas.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff.
Teachers are like, it's so hard. Just get this calculator.
It's completely out. I
Just get
do
this
not
$100
remember
calculator.
anything.
Texas Instruments.
Anything
Yeah.
about it.
Shout out.
There's a guarantee I was either going to fail math or get a very low C every single semester.
Really?
Every
See,
report
I
card.
was good at math. That
Oh,
was
no,
one of my
I'm
strengths.
so
but I
bad
just
at it. It used to make me cry
don't
as a
remember
kid.
any of it. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Did you have a bad teacher at the beginning? My wife ran
Maybe,
into
I
that
don't
where she had a
know.
garbage teacher that didn't normally teach math. And
Yeah.
basically, like, it was almost like a sociological experiment because there was a whole class of them
Yeah.
that ended up in remedial math.
Dang.
Where the common denominator was they all first learned algebra like from this teacher
Yeah.
who didn't normally teach math. So it was very much like, oh, that matters.
Yeah.
You know, again, natural talent doesn't matter as much as we think it does.
It just never made sense to me.
But it was an experiment.
Yeah, maybe it was, right?
That's
Exactly.
cool. Sweet. That teacher feels bad, though.
Like, dang, I made all these kids remedial.
I mean, he's just dumb.
Yeah. He did teach us finance, though. Yeah, I thought he was pretty good at that. Anyway, here is Shaquille O'Neal live at halftime having to, well, you'll see.
Another thing about Kawhi is, you all right, big fella? Catching a cramp?
Go ahead, keep talking, Chuck.
Yeah, we're on TV.
I know what we're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's that olive oil you've been drinking.
I know.
Hey, take some matches with you. Hey, listen, he couldn't hold it.
He can't hold it.
After 40, he can't hold it no more.
That's at first.
He can't hold it.
Unless he's got something. That wasn't something planned, was it?
No,
that was not planned.
Hey, listen, he was in the back talking about he's going to drink alcohol to clear up his
No, he's been drinking olive oil. You know what?
Olive oil to clean his gut. It's cleaning his gut, all right.
I did not like his gait as he left. That was not a typical walk right
That
there.
is, I mean, Ernie nailed it. The gate
The gate was
tells you
bad.
everything, as well as his face. Do you have the face, Taylor? This is one of my favorite faces I've ever seen on live television. That is the face of a man who realizes he is cooked. One of the most dominant human beings on the entire planet, dominated by his own gastrointestinal systems. Because up until this point, he's been fighting it. And this right here, this is the face of surrender. Yep. This is when he realizes, I'm really going to have to stand up in the middle of this segment.
No matter what you do in life, how heroic you have been, two things get you. Death gets you, and having to go poo.
True.
Is kind of creep up on you when you don't want it to. Middle of an airplane.
Oh, man.
Middle of a radio segment.
That's why, like,
Shaq
sometimes if it's like, travel or something, maybe just slam some Pepto, just lock everything up.
Yeah.
Now, olive oil, obviously the opposite. So I looked up drinking olive oil, what the benefits are. It says drinking olive oil, particularly extra virgin olive, may offer various health benefits, including supporting heart health, promoting digestion, and potentially aiding in weight management. It goes on to say it's like, antioxidants, got healthy fats, which makes you feel full, so maybe you eat less and stuff. But I also think that if I were to drink a shot of olive oil or however much they're drinking, I too would immediately be cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Be cooked.
Can you imagine? Big cup of olive oil and a pot of coffee.
Bro.
Good God. What a powerful combination.
Don't let anyone ever belittle you or laugh or make fun if you ever have to go in a spot, because there's not one person on this planet that doesn't do it.
Ryan.
Just remember that.
If you would have given that to Big Schmilla in college, you would have found a shotgun blast through your bathroom door.
So I was roommates with Miller for multiple years. Shout out Mr. Ryan Miller. And I would always wait.
I was using nicknames. Yes, go ahead. Yes, let's just fully dox him.
Oh, no, he would like it.
Riverboat pilot.
Riverboat pilot.
Very successful human being.
So I would be laying in bed in the morning, and I'd hear him pour a cup of coffee, and then 30 seconds later, he'd, oh. And he'd just take off running.
Yeah, the gate.
The gate.
He would have that exact gate as soon as the coffee hit his lips.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Shaq. But my bigger question, should we start drinking olive oil?
Well, I think
I mean, if you're going to be doing that in the middle of a segment.
You got to time it well.
You
have to time it better. But should we start drinking olive oil, dude? I'm really into gastrointestinal.
I used to eat 2 tablespoons of coconut oil every day.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get myself to
it's
just
tough.
straight up.
It's hard. It's hard, but it was supposed to be good for cardiovascular.
I love coconut oil. I think it is the best sexual lubricant. I think it works great on food. It's great for coating cast irons as well. I did not know about ingesting it directly like that. I'm not opposed to it though. I think coconut oil is a pretty magical substance.
I think the premise was people in Hawaii and
the Greeks,
like Guam and all those South Pacific islands, they eat a lot of coconut, and they have the lowest rate of cardiovascular disease.
Oh wow! Okay, there you go.
So that's at least what I read in one article. So
closing out an hour of flustering. DrinkMyHigh.com, guys. Coming up next.
Off the bench.
Hey guys, go to Boudreaux's Electrical. Boudreaux'sElectrical.com. Boudreaux's, man, they've been family owned and operated since 1982. So if you were in the market for a Generac home generator, you want to go with Louisiana's premier Generac dealer, and, well, you probably guessed, that's Boudreaux's, guys. Look, we got plenty of certified technicians ready to go, monitoring your system 24/7 to make sure that it is ready to go when you need it, because otherwise, what's the point of all of this, right? The point is, when storms come in, something goes wrong, you need to keep the lights on for you and your family. You need to keep the fridge and the freezer running. You need to be protected. And at Boudreaux's, you can get it at a very affordable price. Look, I know it's a big investment, but we have excellent financing options as low as $159 a month. So go to the place where everybody is a VIP. Go to Boudreaux's Electrical, Boudreaux'sElectrical.com.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, They cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, Ice Cubes.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972.
Back from the break, where the sports talk gets real. Kinda. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? I want to remind you about Gordon McCurdy Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon and get it done. 225-888-8888. Gordon McCurdy will take a dump on your enemies and get you what you deserve.
A Shaq dump.
I'm just kidding. Oh, God. That's an effective one, to be sure. And when you're talking about efficacy, you're talking about Gordon, because he is going to get you what you deserve, and you need somebody who's going to stand up for you, because there's nothing worse than when you get in an accident and these big companies just lean on you, because they can, because they have the resources. So get somebody who's going to advocate for you and get you your just recompense. That's Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon. Follow him on social media at Get Gordon. Ton of great content. And always remember, Gordon, the papa of the G team, where all your favorite athletes are. Shout out Gordon McKernan.
Efficacy.
What's that?
Efficacy.
Efficacy?
Like wait, what did you just say?
Efficacy.
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 Okay, I see. I was wondering where you go with that. Yes, efficacy.
I was sitting on it for a minute, so I was like, wait, what did you just say? Where did I get
efficacy?
Where did I get that from?
Efficacy.
Yeah.
Shout out Gordon. Shout out My High, drinkmyhigh.com as well, guys. Again, I'm already 1 My High deep today.
Me too. Drink a bunch.
Get another one in
Go
me
online.
later.
Get a subscription going.
I mean, I guess with creatine, I should be drinking a lot of My High, right? Isn't that one of the main things? Supposed to hydrate when you're on the teen?
Yeah, I mean, they say that with everything. Coffee.
Oh,
creatine,
okay.
protein.
On the way out here, real quick, look at 8:45 and get me the video of Coach O and Jacques Doucette's dad speaking Cajun French together. This is great. This is great. This is just going to put you in a good mood. I think this is from 2020 or something like that. I'm sorry, I should have told you about it during the break as we are up against the end now. But here we go. Listen to these two.
Ouais, trop froid. C'est pas bon? Trop froid. C'est trop froid. C'est 4 degrés. Ouais. T'as tout tué les atomes. Viens à Miami. C'est tout ton show. Oh, ouais. C'est beau. C'est tout beau. C'est tout bon. Ouais. T'as une maison là-bas? Un cadeau. Un cadeau. Bon, tourne mon maison ici. Au U-Club. Ah, OK. U-Club. Ouais. Va rester ici. Tu vas rester ici? Ouais. Et quand ils vont faire celui-là, s'en aller, ils vont te rengager. Ouais, mais ça coûte d'autres à Miami. Oh non.
To me, the wah instead of we, one of the main, wah, one of the main Cajun French kind of hallmarks. But
I'd like to learn.
Man, dude, we really had some, didn't we?
Oh, we did.
If the pandemic never happened, that man would still be head coach, and they would have still been good. I believe that. The further we get from it, I believe that in my heart of hearts. He would have survived whatever, maybe rocked his boat a little bit.
We would have won again in 2023 for sure.
Yeah. All right, Matt. Thank you so much, brother. You the man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Drink by.
Drinkby.com.
Off the bench.
Bayou Ford is taking 15 to 20% off all new 2024 models in stock. 15 to 20% off all new 2024 Ford models on our lot. Plus the complimentary 7-year powertrain warranty that comes with all new Bayou Automotive vehicles. If you need sales or service, the crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
and deny valid claims, because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's a 9 a.m. here on Wednesday, April 23rd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect rainy skies with a high of 82. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll continue to break down the 2025 NFL Draft as we are just 1 day away from the first round. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Off the Bench. Hour number 3. T-Bob, Alondra, and Taylor hanging out with you today. We may catch up with Jake here. He's up in Green Bay. Boots on the ground. He has some very long days ahead of him working for NFL radio over the next few days. Going to be bringing you all of the draft coverage. Now, I would say that was on Sirius XM 84, but I'm not sure if it's on the NFL channel or not. But either way, if you're in the car and you want to stay on top of your draft stuff, and you should be listening to 104.5, but you can always check out Jake as well. Also, come out to Don Juan Thursday night, guys. A little pseudo Visky and Vine off season, as the whole 104.5 crew will be out there breaking down the draft. We'll be celebrating the 9th pick, or will we be denigrating it? Well, there's only one way to find out, and it's with a whiskey and cigar in hand, or mezcal, or whatever you want to drink. Did we talk about Joey Aguilar in this show?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay, okay, so in the 9:15, I have a WTF random moment of the day, and it's a 2-minute highlight tape of Joe Mazzulla talking. Couldn't have that ready to go for when I want to go there, because probably the most shocking point of my day yesterday was realizing somebody in sports, a personality in sports that I had no connection to, did not care about at all, watched this 2-minute video, and now I'm like, God. And I hate the Celtics. I think Boston fans in general are so spoiled, and they try to act so hard scrabble. They try to act like they have adversity, they have it hard. Well, every team they cheer for wins championships. So, I do not like the Celtics at all. I think the Celtics are just kind of inherently uncool, but I'll be damned if I didn't kind of fall in love with Joe Mazzulla. And it came out of nowhere yesterday. Completely random. Shook me to my core. You have it ready? All right, well, let's play. This is just 2 minutes of Joe Mazzulla.
NBA Cup matter. Who said that? When you go to a restaurant, the challenge we enjoy is can you eat the whole menu? We're either going to win or we're not, and 40 years from now, none of you are invited to my funeral, and that's it.
Have you been able to talk to Jalen about the injury?
Mm-hmm. I talk to him every day.
What were those conversations like?
I mean, we both kind of mumble when we talk, and then we just shake hands and move on.
Did he happen to mumble about his hip at all?
I couldn't understand him.
What do you think about being a Jeopardy question?
I could care less. There's a group of people who are operating in a post-conscious state, and other people are operating in an unconscious state, and it's always easier for the unconscious state to bring things to a certain level than it is for the post-conscious state. And as we continue to grow into what post-consciousness looks like as far as our team, we're continuing to learn from that, and it's just something that we're working through every day.
All right, let's move on to Jokic here.
No, I mean, I add to that. I don't watch NBA games, so I'm just as much the problem as anyone else is.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't like watching the games.
I will say that you have inspired me. I've been jumping in the pool.
Yeah.
I'm not lasting 5 minutes, but I'm getting closer.
You shouldn't tell people that.
Your body language is, you look demoralized.
No, I'm not demoralized.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I was gonna say.
I mean, I can't be perky and you guys just like really blew a game like this.
Yeah, we sure did. Yeah, we blew that one. That was bad.
No pressure. We're all going to be dead soon, and it really doesn't matter anymore, so there's zero pressure.
Are you superstitious?
No.
Little-stitious?
No, that's stupid.
What did the court taste like?
Blood. Maybe I wish it did. A Boston media member or somebody expected me to win. Like, they don't have a weapon. Like, they're not going to, come after me if we don't win. Like, they're saying words. So, they don't mean anything. They're just words.
What message were you trying to deliver there?
I just hadn't seen them in a while, so just a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I wasn't sure I was going to see them before the holiday, and I just can't let a moment go by to where you wish someone, just the best.
Missoula, dude. Tell me, what did you have any thoughts on Missoula entering that besides, we obviously kind of know he's a good NBA coach?
No, I mean, because remember when the Celtics got rid of Ime Udoka because of the off-the-court stuff, I was like...
Horny Hall of Shame.
Everybody was like, oh, man, you got rid of a really good coach. And then I was like, well, Missoula's really good, too. That's kind of the extent I thought of Joe Missoula.
Yes, that was the extent of what I thought as well.
You went from good coach to good coach somehow.
So hearing that man espousing whether it's the kind of half-joking existential dread, right? The Nietzschean almost we're all going to be dead soon anyway, so what does any of this matter? The quick wit getting Scalabrine with the only lasting 5 minutes. Where he went full intellectual on whatever the hell he was talking about with the unconscious, post-conscious state. I really like that man, dude. And it sucks that he coaches the Celtics. So I'm never going to pay attention to him again. And I don't want the Celtics to win, but I'll be damned if that didn't turn me around completely on a man that I had never spent 2 minutes thinking about. And now I've watched that video multiple times.
I've seen a few of his videos go around the internet, especially last year. But I liked, it didn't make the cut, but there's one where they asked him if he had seen the royal family, and he was like, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. That's the only royal family I acknowledge. And I was like, this dude, I love this guy.
Yeah. Also, there was a clip the other night of him telling the trainer, Jason Tatum is laying on the ground,
put it in the doc.
his star player, and does it curse? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can hear him. But Jason Tatum is laying on the ground, and he tells the trainer not to go out there and yells at Tatum to get his ass up.
You want me to just play with no audio?
Yeah. No, you can play with audio.
Okay.
You can't hear.
Officials will obviously look at that. Officials will obviously look at that.
That reminds me of the quote from that video where what did the court taste like? He said, blood, or at least I wish it did. Hell yeah, Joe Missoula.
Yeah, I like him.
Scott says, I can't stand the Lakers, but I want Luka to win to shove it in Nico's face. Yeah, I know. It's but also Ant winning's cool too. Also, if Luka and the Lakers lose to the T-Wolves, that's still not a win for Nico Harrison because Luka and the Mavs beat the T-Wolves in last year's Western Conference Finals. So you actually had the team that Luka had already gotten past, and you blew it up. So, yeah. There's your random NBA aside.
So, sorry.
No, go ahead.
If we're going to go on this tangent.
Yeah, no. Get in because we're only going to be here for a couple more minutes. If you have any NBA takes, empty the chamber, John Morant style.
So we were talking about this. I was talking about this with my uncle the other day when we were talking about the Luka trade and the whole conspiracy theory where those owners came in and they want to move the team to Vegas, so that's why they're like intentionally tanking the team and sold or traded away Luka and all that. And he was telling me, I didn't know this part about it, but he was telling me that there's like this whole ordeal going on with the Texas lottery where a lot of people were like getting a bunch of the Texas Lotto numbers, but like at a insane clip. So obviously they like hacked the system or whatever. Yeah. And these are people that are like in charge of the lottery that were doing that. So now everybody's like turned away from it, and they were so close to passing the sports gambling bill. But now because of like this Texas lottery scandal, everybody is so adamant on not doing sports gambling in Texas now. So no casino for the Mavs. And I guess that's when their ears perked up and they're like, I got it. Let's trade Luka.
So, yeah. So, again, Patrick Dumont bought the team. And what's Dumont's background? Is he private equity?
Let's see. I'm not too sure. Dumont sounds very...
douchey?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's private equity?
Dumonts.
Oh, okay.
The Dumonts.
But yes, there is... I don't want to say this. Yes, the idea was they were going to build a new stadium, put a casino inside of it once sports gambling got passed, and that they would print money. So what you're saying is now the sports gambling momentum has stopped.
Yes.
And that they are purposely dismantling this franchise to move it to Vegas.
That's the thought.
Wow.
That's the conspiracy. But the Texas lottery thing is real, and the bill was kind of... I mean, there was some steam behind it to legalize sports gambling in Texas, and now it's just not going to happen because of the Texas lottery. I looked it up. He was in investment banking, worked at Miller Buckfire and Bear Stearns.
Well, when you sell to one of those guys, Mark Cuban, you kind of get what you deserve.
Yeah.
So if your Mavs get taken out and get sent to Las Vegas, you kind of only have yourself to blame for selling to him. And I get it. I mean, credit to him. He made like $5 billion or whatever. I'd probably sell as well, but still.
Yeah.
You sold to Finance Bro. And now Finance Bro is doing Finance Bro things and making Nico Harrison sit there and just take it on the chin while he hangs out and counts his money.
So he basically he was in investment banking, so... Sure, he had money, but he basically just married rich. He married Miriam Adelson's daughter. That's how he's... Miriam Adelson, isn't she also one of the owners for the Mavericks?
Yeah, I think the group is called the Adelson Group.
Yeah, so he married into that family. So now he's in charge of the Mavs and stuff because he married into the Adelson Group.
Good for him.
It's like opposite of Gail Benson. The male version, I guess.
Yeah. So it's going to be fascinating to see what happens to the Mavericks, Dumont, and everyone else long term. Taylor, did you have something you wanted to say?
Let's do it when we get back from break.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to tease what it is at all?
Tease.
It involves Nico Harrison. This was an article that Tim McMahon wrote Monday night. I'm glad you brought it up. I was going to ask you during break, hey, let's bring this up. It is damning towards Nico Harrison, to say the least.
Okay, so we got that, and we got an NFL Story of the Day coming up next. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Hey, guys, if you need trash removal services in South Louisiana, you need Trash Rangers. And like I tell you every day, if you live in Livingston or Ascension Parish, you get to make a choice about who does your residential pickup. And... you should make the switch to Trash Rangers. They're more efficient, they're more reliable, and quite frankly, they just give a damn because they too are members of the community. Unlike all these national companies that don't care about the service because they're not here. They keep the trash here, but take the profits out of state. Not at Trash Rangers. Everything flows back into the community through churches, Little League teams, things along those lines. Let's say you're a business, you need front load dumpsters emptied, 1 to 6 times a week. We got you. And then what about a big roll-off dumpster for a project, 15, 20, 30 yards? Again, maybe you just want to do a spring clean of sorts like we just did. Got a 15-yard trailer. They dropped it off, loaded it up, took it away. It was so incredibly easy, so portable. TrashRangers.com.
You work hard every day to pursue a life you love. You put in the time, and it shows. You're forging ahead, chasing a dream, creating something better for the ones you love. You're building your own life, so why not build your own tractor? With John Deere tractors and attachments for almost any need, the Sunshine team can help you do just that. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul. My spirit sleeping somewhere cold until you find.
Welcome to the 7th ranked morning sports show in America. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. T-Bob, are you going to go see the 25th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith? Oh, man. Really? No, we're not. Wait, that came out in like 2007. That's not 25 years. What could RTS be? Whatever.
Came out in 2005. Oh, crap. So maybe they meant 20 years. Yeah.
Came out in 2005. Yeah, I guess that was one of the early dates me and my wife went on.
Showing it tomorrow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, tomorrow night I'm going to be at Don Juan.
They got
Friday
a matinee.
night. What?
They got a matinee.
No matinee for your boy. Unfortunately, the midday matinees are a thing of my past. But I loved them. I am going to watch Andor. Andor just came out today. Andor Season 2. I think Andor Season 1 is the best new Star Wars that has been made outside of Mando Season 2, and it's even different. It's the most probably adult. And you get 3 episodes here to kick off Season 2, so very excited for that. Now, Taylor, you wanted to continue the Nico Harrison conversation for a little bit here. I think I know of the Tim McMahon exchange you're talking about, so tell us what had you so excited last segment.
So I was actually reading this exact article last night. This all starts with a guy named Casey Smith, who is the director of health and performance for the Dallas Mavericks. Tim McMahon interviewed multiple league sources, team insiders that are currently still with this team, obviously remained anonymous, but it was said that last August, after they had finished their NBA Finals run, they were heading to Dirk Nowitzki's Hall of Fame ceremony. And Casey Smith was a guy that had been hired by the Mavericks in 2004. He had worked his way up. He was respected in this building. Dirk Nowitzki personally invited him. He was close with Luka as well. When they returned home from that retirement ceremony, Nico Harrison called Casey Smith. He said, hey, we need to have a talk. We need to have a meeting. He said, I can't. My mother's sick. Like, I have to be here with her. He's like, no problem. We'll do it over Zoom. Well, when he calls him over Zoom, he fires Casey Smith. He said that he's too negative. Smith wasn't enough of a yes man. But in the McMahon article, he said that he talked to team insiders, and they believe that he was threatened by the power that Casey Smith had. He said that they basically believe that Harrison was showing that he's in charge and nobody else can question that. He brings in his own team of health professionals, performance professionals, all that, led by a guy named Keith Belton. So the thing about Keith Belton is he does not have 2 of the requirements or NBA certifications that you're required to have to be in the position that he's in.
No way.
But Nico Harrison hired him anyways. Think about all the injuries the Dallas Mavericks have had this past year. Derek Lively's been out.
Kyrie Irving tore his ACL.
Kyrie Irving tore his
Anthony Davis
ACL.
played 2 quarters and then missed basically the rest of the season with a hip.
Luka was also close to Casey Smith, and the word
Luka missed a lot of time when he was in Dallas as well.
Well, and I'm paraphrasing, of course. I mean, this article, it would take you 15 minutes to read it. It's that much
it's a
info.
deep dive.
But essentially, Luka wasn't happy with the direction that the front office went in terms of like health, player safety, and all that. So he kind of hired his own group of doctors. He was listening to them. If you remember, part of the Luka injury, he was out for 6 weeks. Well, that's because they tried to rush Derek Lively back, Keith Belton, all the other guys that they had hired. Because, like, Casey Smith was the tip of the iceberg. There were 3 or 4 different guys in that thing.
I've heard
he got
that.
rid of all of them. He brought in his whole new staff. Luka didn't trust him. They tried to rush Derek Lively back. He got hurt again. And Luka believed, okay, Keith Belton, they don't know what they're doing. They don't have the proper certifications. I'm going to hire my own team. They said Luka could come back 2 to 3 weeks. Luka's people said, no, we want you to wait 6 weeks. That was friction there. That was part of the problem right there. And essentially, that was kind of what Nico Harrison was doing. He brought in his own guys. Luka didn't trust it. He wanted it to sit, and that's when he came out and started doing the lazy comments of Luka not wanting to play. And it's because Luka saw the writing on the wall. He saw all the injuries that were happening. He saw that Casey Smith, who was great in this organization for 20 years, got let go. He didn't trust the new ones. And the word is Luka's agents and Nico Harrison hated each other for like 18 months. So that was a big thing. So this whole thing of, oh, he didn't play enough defense, or, oh, we're doing this, like, all of it apparently boils down to
there's a
Luka
lot more ego and drama
Yes.
behind the scenes.
Yes. And again, like, I'm paraphrasing all that. If you want to go into detail, the article's on ESPN.com. It's great. I mean, it's like a 10 to 15 minute article, but I mean, that's the gist of it.
I hate this guy.
Yeah, I know, man. This is a story. It's one of the most fascinating stories we've ever covered in this business.
Yeah.
Because it's the rare story that starts off unanimously with everybody thinking, God, this was awful. And then every time you hit rock bottom, a new piece of evidence comes and drills its way even deeper. I've never seen anything like it.
I remember, like, when it happened, I was up late for I think it was on a Friday night or a Saturday night or something, and I was up late, and I saw it, and I was like, there's no way this is real.
No, I thought it was fake. Everybody
and y'all were asleep, and I'm, like, texting the group chat at, like, 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, and I'm like, Luka just got traded, and y'all are just sleeping. Like, what is happening? This is crazy. It was insane. It was one of those, like, remember where you were moments or whatever.
I agree.
know that sounds dramatic, but
No,
I mean,
it is.
It's a huge trade that blew a lot of people's minds.
I remember going to,
It was like in the middle of the night.
quadruple check that it was actually Sham's Twitter account.
Yeah.
I remember the night that the Pelicans got DeMarcus Cousins. I was beside myself with excitement. It was a dream come true. We haven't talked about the Pelicans lately, and I'm not the guy to really weigh in on Joe Dumars, but I find myself often agreeing with Scott Kushner's tweets on this matter. And I'll be damned if this doesn't feel like the Saints cabal led by Mickey Loomis just hired a friend instead of doing, a real job search. As Scott said, say what you will about the Griffin era, but at least the hire of Griffin was aspirational. It potentially signified a serious recommitment to basketball. Hiring Dumars just feels like the good old boys network run amok. And it's funny because this comes from 41 minutes ago from Mark Spears. New Orleans Pelicans have hired Troy Weaver to be their senior vice president under new president Joe Dumars. He's a former Detroit GM. He's a senior advisor for the Wizards right now. Scott Googled his name, and the first article that popped up, here's an excerpt from it. And these are a bunch of players and other people in the building being asked. They say, one word to describe Troy Weaver's tenure in Detroit is, and I'll just read the words that people said: stubborn, collapse, disjointed, nightmare, shame, unfortunate, underwhelmed. So I hope Dumars worked out. I grew up a Joe Dumars fan, always loved him because he was from the boot. But the process here is what I don't like. It feels very good old boy network. Did you do the research? Is he really, do you firmly believe that he is the best man for the job, or is he the most comfortable man for the job? And let me be clear about that, because too often people say, I just want to hire the best guy. Well, it's like, okay, well, nobody actually knows who the best guy is. So I'm not asking, I'm saying in your heart, do you believe that he's the best guy? Or is he the most comfortable guy? It's not to say that he will or won't be. Do you believe it, or is he just the one you're most used to? So, I don't know. I hope Dumars works out. I really, really do. But I think there's a lot of red flags in the hiring. I do want to remind you guys about K to Z window coverings, KTOZblinds.com. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, where, again, it's right there in the title, right? You want to bring your home to the next level, have Brandon Barton and the team out to your home and get that complimentary estimate, complimentary installation as well. And within a matter of a few minutes, let him know exactly how you could upgrade your home. And I'm talking both aesthetically and functionally. Okay, you want new drapes, shades, shutters, maybe get some drop-down exterior shading for your outdoor kitchen. So you'll be grilling and chilling, watching the game, take some glare off the TV out there, you take some glare off inside, stay cool during the summer. I mean, the benefits are many, and you don't even understand just how many there are until you work with Brandon. He lays it out for you. And we work with any price point, new home, starter home, or the home of your dream. It does not matter. It's all at K to Z Interior and Outdoor Living. Go to KTOZblinds.com today. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Speaking of great summer weather, great weather requires a great beer. And what beer is better than Dos Equis? That's right. This springtime, when you're watching the game this weekend, a little LSU, Tennessee, you got to get all excited. You're going to think of me when it comes to your drink. You say, what should I do, T-Bob? And I'm going to say you should go for Dos and grab a Dos Equis. And I want you to do it right, okay? I want you to go pick up some Dos Equis from your local drinkery and whatnot. I want you to get you some limes, and I want you to slice them up. And I want you to dress that thing, put a bow on that thing, you know what I'm saying? Just grease up that neck with that lime a little bit, sprinkle some salt on, drop the lime in the beer, and then enjoy a feeling like none other. The perfect spring, summertime baseball beer. That's Dos Equis. So, next time you're thinking about the perfect beer for the season, remember, it's time to go for Dos with Dos Equis.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Welcome in to the best morning sports-ish show around. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Rolling right along here in hour number 3. So rest in peace to Mike Patrick, longtime ESPN announcer. And he had many great calls through the years. And so I feel maybe a bit bad about the one that I'm going to play. This was now 18 years ago, but this is Alabama, Georgia. It's overtime. Alabama's up 3. Intensity incredibly high. To give you an idea of how long ago, Alabama ranked 16th, Georgia 22. But here is Mike Patrick. Mike Patrick and Todd Blackledge on the call. And again, it's overtime. It's a hyper important time. And listen to where Mike Patrick takes the conversation.
I have an important question. Go ahead. What is Brittany doing with her life? Who? Brittany. Brittany who? Spears. What is she doing with her career? Why do we care at this point? Is she here? I don't think so. Is she a football fan? Oh, I'm sure she is. Georgia from the 25. Stafford wants it all. Got it. Touchdown. Mikey Henderson on the first play from scrimmage. What a beautiful throw by Stafford.
Okay, so I'll say this. So obviously going to Brittany there in that interim is an insane move by Mike Patrick. But also, and credit, I mean, look, maybe Todd Blackledge was just so thrown off by the entire team. But what the hell was Todd Blackledge's got it? I mean, this is overtime in a ranked game. Stafford hits it, game-winning touchdown, and Blackledge hits you with a simple, I got it. Like, what are we talking about, dude? Where was the excitement? Oh, now, and again, Todd's probably still freaked out over the entire Britney Spears sojourn. Like, who knows what Britney was doing at the time? Maybe head shaving. I have no idea, but man, Mike, I get it, dude. You're going to be on the mic for a long time. Sometimes you're going to say things that don't make a lot of sense. But that is a clip that has always tickled me.
Makes total sense to me. Brittany was wilding. What was she doing?
I mean, okay, you're right.
This probably
Actually
was 2007, 2008. That's about when Stafford was there at Georgia.
So September 22nd, 2022, it was 15 years ago. So we are coming up on 18 years this September 22nd is when it will be.
I love how he's like, Brittany, and then he goes, Brittany who? And he's like, Spears, obviously. Who else am I talking about?
Brittany doing? He's like, why do we
Tom
care?
Black's like, who cares?
You want to hear the definition of the word exasperated? You can hear it in Todd Blackledge's voice there. Guys, I want to remind you about Cool Pro HVAC, okay? If you need an HVAC company that's going to stay on top of your system, make sure it's good to go when you need it. That's going to be Cool Pro HVAC, the local guys, okay? You go to coolprohvac.com, and you can check out many of the reasons why you want to choose Cool Pro. The thing is, you want Cool Pro to stay on top of your system or have them come out and look at your system. Some around the corner, you're going to need that AC working. Have them come out and look at it, make sure it's good to go. Maybe you'll head off anything disastrous that can be taken care of much easier right now. And really that's the thing, right? These full repair, the disaster scenario when it comes to HVAC problems can be very expensive. And look, we have great financing options. We work with you to find solutions, but you can help prevent them by staying on top of it. So that's why you need to explore becoming a Pro Plan member. It's only $99 a year. Okay, bam, one fee, 12 months, you're good to go. They give you 24/7 monitoring. You get 1 hour service windows, and you get priority scheduling. So check them out today. Go to coolprohvac.com. All right, it's time for a Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharpe.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns and the New York Giants are reportedly fielding calls for the trade early in the draft. Obviously, they hold picks 2 and 3. Peter Schrager reported that it looks like the teams that are looking up to trade to 2 or 3, not targeting Shedeur Sanders. It's Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, and Boise State running back Ashton Genty. For the first time in a while, all 32 teams have their original first-round pick, so no dual picks for any team here in the first round. So if a team's looking to trade up, now might be the time to do it. I personally don't know how much leverage Cleveland and New York's going to have to trade out of those spots. I mean, obviously
the leverage is Abdul Carter.
Yeah, because if you're not looking for a quarterback, because New York and Cleveland, I think it's pretty apparent they're not taking a quarterback in those 2 spots. And they always say, T-Bub, don't break the new TV. They always say,
my God, that did get kind of close, didn't it?
We just put that thing up 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
They always say that if you're going to trade up, it's going to be for a quarterback. But like if you think Abdul Carter is that good, we got to imagine he's going to go somewhere 2 or 3. So, I mean, it does make a little bit of sense.
I mean, especially if you go Travis Hunter 2, getting Carter at 3 would be pretty crazy for the Giants. And so it'd be crazy for other teams as well. And the Giants would probably welcome to it. Like we said, there's maybe enough there to incentivize the trade. All right, let's do Mike Patrick some justice here, though. Look at, I put another one in. It's SEC Network Twitter link, better Mike Patrick call. And this is one that is going to be much nearer and much dearer to LSU fans' hearts and should honor Mike maybe a bit better and make you have a good day. Here it is.
7. And Flynn is back to throw for the end zone. Oh! Touchdown! Whoa! What a call! That is the call of the year. Well, you tell Matt Flynn, don't take a sack. Give it a shot, throw it up and outside. If we don't catch it, nobody does. He made a perfect throw. What a call. Wow.
Bruh, the ball's on Flynn.
Look at our guy.
To throw this ball. And go back, Taylor, go back to the original formation. Keep it paused. Go back to the very beginning of the video. What's funny is where Jake and Sean, where they're lined up and how they're lined up, they've never practiced that. That was just Matt telling them to do that, to pick up the blitz that was coming. And then, okay, hit me with it one more time.
Sound 2?
Yeah, sound 2, please.
And Flynn is back to throw for the end zone. Oh! Touchdown! 7. And Flynn is back to throw for the end zone. Oh! Touchdown! Whoa! What a call! That is the call of the year. Well, you tell Matt Flynn, don't take a sack. Give it a shot, throw it up and outside. If we don't catch it, nobody does. He made a perfect throw. What a call. Wow.
So if we said the last one was the definition of the word exasperation, that's the definition of the word incredulity. If they could not believe that Coach Miles would have called that play instead of just kicking a field goal to win that game. Madman. Mad Hatter. Dropped it in the bucket. Matt Flynn. Shout out, dude. It's awesome. How old were y'all during that? Do y'all remember that?
I was in 6th grade. I was in that stadium.
You were in that
I
number?
would have been here. I can actually probably show you. I would have been about right where Richard Dixon is right now. I'm probably 30 rows up, right there on the 20-yard line.
Hell yeah. Do you remember this at all, Alondra? Did you have the LSU
07?
love growing up?
I watched them peripherally, but it wasn't I don't remember it.
Yeah.
07, I think I was again bad at math, 9.
Oh yeah, jeez. No, I was on the
Yeah, that
sideline.
makes sense because you're a year younger than me, right?
I was on the
I was
sideline.
born in 98.
Okay,
as a
so you're 2 years
freshman.
young. Yeah, okay.
Watching that game, best seat in the house. Sunflower seeds in my gloves.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Going crazy. It was awesome.
That whole season, man.
Crazy
I had
year.
always been a big LSU fan. I mean, I went to my first game when I was probably 5. I mean, I told the story of me yelling at the Tulane fan on the balcony at the beach not long ago. Remember that? But
Hell yeah.
2007 was probably the first season where I fell in love with the team, right? I mean,
That was 03 for me, obviously.
Yeah.
I
mean, I
01
was
as well, but yeah.
I was a little young in 03. I certainly remember the season, but I mean, we had season tickets that year because my dad was like, "Hey, they're going to be really good." We went to the Florida game. I was there for the Auburn game. I mean, all the game. I remember we were in Gatlinburg for Thanksgiving for the Arkansas game, and I remember being so upset when you guys lost to Arkansas because I was like, "The Natty's in New Orleans, like we were going." That's all out the window now.
Yeah,
and then the joy on Christmas morning when my dad was like, "Hey, we're going to the game. We got tickets. We went to the 07 Natty." Like that season, that will always be my favorite LSU team.
Shout out to Mike Patrick. Rest in peace. And shout out to a great play. That's it. That's time. All right, when we get back, let's do a little Ask the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge, allstartoyotabatonrouge.com. And look, if you're looking to rent this spring or summer for a vacation or if you just want to try a vehicle out, we got you at All-Star. Go see them off of Airline in Goodwood. They're very conveniently located, okay, no matter where you're at here in town. And they're a bit of a one-stop shop. So if you need a service center or a collision center, I know mine just hit 100,000. I got to get in there. Well, look, they got your back, man. So, but all makes and models, okay? And you mentioned OTB, you get $250 towards that deductible. Let's say it's a big fix. You need a rental for a couple days. That's fine. You just pop over to Miss Lee Sessions, the office next door. Same building. And she's going to hook you up with a fine vehicle at a better per-day rental price than your traditional rental companies. And you're going to be on the road. Your car's going to be fast. You get free estimates, exit lines communication throughout. So whether you're looking to buy new, Toyota certified used vehicle, maybe you want to lease. It's all at All-Star. Go to allstartoyota.batonrouge.com today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few.
I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known.
Back at it, where sports talk meets pure chaos. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk out. My shadow's only one that walks beside me. My shallow heart's the only thing that's beating. Sometimes I wish someone up there will
If I said to you, zoom, 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 and my heart go boom, boom, my supernova girl, does that mean anything to you?
Not really.
Sounds like a compliment.
Do you know Xenon?
Jonathan?
Girl of the
yeah,
21st century?
Yeah.
Zetus Lapidus?
Uh-huh.
That was the, I can't remember the band name actually now, but that was the song from the first Xenon movie. It's kind of like the Goofy movie song that, stand out that ended up taking a life of its own. God, I
Yeah.
remember thinking the lead singer of that band was so cool.
Yeah, I remember
He had
Xenon. I
frosted
don't remember that
tips.
part though.
Zoom,
Sounds
zoom,
cool.
zoom.
Whenever you
and my
say
heart go boom,
zoom,
boom.
zoom,
my
zoom, I think,
supernova girl.
I think of all I want to do is zoom, 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 and a boom, boom, boom. That's what I think.
Also, not a bad zoom, zoom, zoom recollection.
Yeah.
Ask the bench. What is the deal with some LSU fans having such a loathing for previous coaches that won rings here? I think it's the opposite. I think generally the heart grows fonder with time and distance, and the frustrations of the present kind of melt away. Like, I think Les is remembered pretty fondly now, and Coach O definitely is. Which, yeah, deservedly so.
Yeah, I don't know. The fan base is kind of just annoying sometimes.
Yeah,
like they're ready to fire Jay Johnson
they
right now.
They hate the current coach way more than any past coaches. Across the board, any sport.
Agreed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but that's also like life in general. You remember things with rose-colored lenses.
Yeah.
Hashtag ask the bench. Gi or no gi? I don't get it.
I don't know what gi is.
I do. He's referencing jiu-jitsu. They have gi and no gi.
Is that how they spell gi? G-I?
Yep. Sure is.
Huh. Never knew that. Ask the bench. I don't know this either. Is Gordon Ryan or Marcelo Garcia the GOAT?
That is also about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. The answer is Gordon Ryan.
Okay. Ask the bench. Xena or Dark Angel? I kind of missed both a little bit. I didn't appreciate Xena Warrior Princess.
I was going to say, is that Warrior Princess?
Xena
I don't
was
know
the
what
Warrior
Dark
Princess.
Angel is,
I
but
don't
I
remember
know
Dark Angel
Xena.
I remember thinking Xena was like a little cheesy for me, or I didn't really like it. Whereas nowadays, I kind of like that sort of old school sci-fi fantasy cheese a bit.
I like movies that are cheesy.
Ask the bench. Favorite type of peas?
Black-eyed.
Do edamame count? Are those peas?
I don't know.
I think of them more as beans.
See, I feel like beans and peas should all be in the
maybe
same
they're
category.
even
peas in a pod?
legumes. I have no idea. They are in a pod. You are right about that. The edamame's in a pod, and you're right. It's peas in the pod. That makes sense. I'll allow edamame. You're right. Good argument.
Let's see. Okay, no, they're not peas, so never mind.
Are they legumes?
They're young soybeans.
My favorite type
They
pea
are a
would just
legume.
be a simple green pea with
Yeah.
salt.
Green peas good.
Sure.
Ask
the
the bench.
peas in fried rice.
What's that?
The peas in fried rice.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
True. Exactly. Actually. Cold brew or iced coffee?
Isn't it kind of the same thing? I drink both.
Cold brew.
Actually, I do like a quad espresso is what I do.
Cold brew is made, like literally brewed cold, right? Over
okay.
time, you steep. Iced coffee is just a coffee put on ice, made hot, and then later put on ice. Cold brew has a deeper, richer flavor and tends to have more caffeine, I believe.
I like cold brew.
Ask the bench, better show, Xena or Hercules? I can't. I'm not the one to weigh in on this.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Why are we getting like
These
so
are
deep
old
into...
school. These are old school questions. They're all asking
No,
you
like, I
questions
know
that you
Xena.
Zennials don't know now. Hercules was around the same time as Xena, same show type as Xena. I'm gonna say Xena is better with more pop, more of a pop cultural impact. But ask the bench, when can we be marked safe from suffering through NFL draft content?
When the draft's over.
Nookie, look, man.
little bit longer.
Nookie's one of those guys that's like, don't talk football outside of football season, which I can understand to an extent. It's draft week, bro.
Yeah.
You got to talk draft. It's a draft week.
Like it's the biggest thing in sports.
Yeah,
man.
like it's tomorrow.
Ask the bench, how does Taylor feel about Ligma beans? What are Ligma beans?
I know lima beans, and I enjoy lima beans.
Okay. Ask the bench, anyone who puts ketchup on steak? Although he won't respond to me anymore, really. Or he responds, but he won't come on anymore. I don't know why. I feel like we used to be such good friends.
Who?
Patrick Mahomes does it.
Booger McFarland.
Patrick Mahomes puts ketchup on steak.
Well, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Booger
That's
McFarland's
weird,
the only person
but
I
not
know who puts
surprising
ketchup
at
on
all.
steak, and he gets it done well done, which is
Okay.
just wild.
You can do one or the other. You can't do both.
I
Yeah,
agree.
he's eating like a burger at that point.
I just
Well
like-
done steak
man.
with ketchup on it. Like,
Booger, why won't you come on here anymore?
Yeah. Hit him up.
He used to come on every week.
Hit him up.
I always wondered if, like, I don't know, maybe it had
something?
something to do with Jordy leaving because him and Jordy were tight. I don't
Oh.
know. Ask the bench, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or G.I. Joe?
I like both, but probably Teenage Mutant
Yeah,
Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
For me growing
Turtles.
up, the show, TMNT, the toys, G.I. Joe.
Yeah. I never had a G.I. Joe, but yeah.
Ask the bench, straight ankles or heel hooks?
What does that mean?
We're just
He's
JV's just
doing the-
continuing
yeah.
to feed us BJJ questions.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
Taylor?
Heel hooks, sure.
Easy E says, I was a waiter. The only people that ask for ketchup with a steak get it well done. True. There's like, that's true. Like that Venn diagram is a circle.
I guess so, yeah.
Ask the bench. Why did they shrink the OG G.I. Joe toys down from 11 inches to 7? I don't know, but I like the 7-inch scale a bit better. You could do like, they more easily fit in like really cool vehicles and stuff. Ask the bench, favorite cartoon from your childhood? Rugrats.
SpongeBob.
Ask the bench, G.I. Joe or Transformers?
Transformers.
Transformers.
Yeah, probably.
All right, guys, we love you. Draft day tomorrow. See you then.
Off the bench.
Go to yourgoodwood.com. Favorite N64 game. Now, you see, I can answer this, okay? Because I'm getting old.
Zelda.
Ocarina of Time? Or Majora's Mask? Ocarina of Time?
The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, like the Ocarina. It doesn't matter.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm a Super Mario 64 man myself, but the point is I can answer that because I'm old. One thing I'm not doing is just ceding that I have to get old without fighting the process. So if you're feeling low energy, low libido, you're suffering from ED, you're losing hair, any of this, you get into Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness and let them customize a plan for you to get you where you want to be. Maybe it's HRT. The data in HRT will blow you away, okay? Maybe it's something else, but the bottom line is we're going to achieve our best potential, our full potential here in 2025. Yourgoodwood.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your